a fiery stream. Polished wood gleams like an artist's dream. The hum of creation drowns out the strife. Each piece a little ode to a simpler life. Like and subscribe.
Hot damn, there we go. Good morning, everybody.
Where good vibes stay.
Whew. Oh man, I did not want to get out of bed this morning. I just laid there and laid there and laid there, and it's like, I gotta get up. Like, no, I don't. Like, yeah, I do. Hey, good morning, Pumpkin.
Grumpy's laid back carving, spin all day. Wood chips flying, keeping troubles at bay. Epoxy roach clips and creation so smart. Crafting a kingdom.
Couldn't remember if I had scheduled my video last night or not because YouTube was acting squirrely yesterday even for a minute. And I was like, well, that's one thing. If it keeps acting up, I won't schedule. But then it cleared up right before I got off, so I scheduled. Hey, Tim, I don't think that's me for Wes's video. How did he do that contest? Did you have to get in and comment and enter for it, or did he just draw all his subscribers? I'm subscribed to his channel. I watch his videos from time to time, but I didn't comment on anything or do anything to enter a contest. So it could just be another Tim Reed. There's a bunch of us out there that spell their names a little different and stuff, and then there's a few of them that spell it just like mine. But I haven't run across any of them in different lives or anything, but I know there's a handful out there. And then that one was R-E-I-D, and I go R-E-E-D, you know, so unless he misprinted it or something, it could be somebody different. Oh, thank you, Pumpkin. Oh, I'm sorry, y'all. I need to get me an appointment for a rheumatologist. I gotta see why I'm cramping constantly.
Roach clips gleam like trophies of the trade. Lathe hums a melody, a handcrafted serenade. Workshop dreams where the pain takes flight. Aliens in the mist dancing through the
I'll
night.
send him an email and ask him about it. You know, like I said, I don't know. I don't want to jump up in there and send him an email and say, yeah, that's me, here's my address. And it'd be somebody different. Hey, good morning, Bazzy.
Chronic aches dissolve, anxiety shattered, the riddles solved, craft moves like poetry, problems evolve, therapy in motion, no need to involve, turning wood to gold, creation don't pause, grumpy in the zone without applause, life in them sawdust clouds, it's raw, the tools sing a chorus, no open flaws, workshop dreams where the pain takes flight, aliens in the mist dancing through the night, eyes red rim but the soul feels light.
Hey, good morning, Gloria, sir.
The tribe ignites.
What do you mean as in who does stickers? As in like sticker trades or just a good company to use? Oh, no doubt. I'll email him and find out. Hub City Slaps, there you go. Oh, hell, who was it? Sticker Mule sent, I had a promo in my email yesterday for Sticker Mule. 50 of their Econo 3x3 for $17. I think it's the square ones because it had a square look on my screen, and I almost ordered more of them, but I do the ones I do are the round cutout, and so I didn't want to change up the shape of my sticker unless it was just a whole new design, and it was the same design, so I didn't get any. Then a Vinyl Disorder has had a 60% off sale going on. Promo code is VD Special, all capital. Oh man, a Sticky brand, I believe, had a special going for a minute. I gotta wait for my orders to come in before I do any more ordering on stuff. I want everything to come in to make sure. Thank you. Oh, thank you. But yeah, the way Amazon's been doing their stuff, that kind of messed me up. A couple of months ago, I'm not used to that change. Used to, I'd do an Amazon order, you know, and they would hit my account and bill me for everything I ordered, you know, and then it would get here when it got here. And that's how I was used to it. And I made some orders a while back and didn't realize that, you know, they would hit you with a pending account or a pending charge, but then after a day or two, it would shut it down. Not shut it down, but release it. And then so it was, anyway, it made me look like I had money I didn't have. And it's like, ooh, I almost went over on my account. Oh no. How did it know? Did block all your videos, or no, it's not? You had a bunch of stuff on deck that you were editing and now you can't get to it? Or did it block you out of everything that you had saved? I used the free version of CapCut, but hell, I haven't been on top of doing my videos here lately though. All right. Have you completely shut your system down and let everything power off for a few minutes to where it didn't have any like memory holding it? Like clearing the cache, like if you reset a system, that'll clear your basic cache to a degree, then maybe it'll open back up for you. But you gotta have it turned off for a hot minute. You know, some systems, you turn them off now, they jump into power save mode. They really don't shut down. But if you truly shut it down and let it stay shut down for a few minutes and then open everything, you know, turn everything back on, that might help. My computer will do that every now and then. I'll go to use a program and the program starts acting up and it won't open up right for me. So I just shut everything down for a few minutes and come back and it'll work. But CapCut does get squirrely. I use them myself, but like I said, I don't pay for it yet. I've been thinking about it, but I haven't pulled the trigger and went that far yet. Hey, good morning, PK. I had to bounce last night. I was getting tired myself. Oh, the voiceover part on CapCut, that's not too bad. There's a little microphone on your screen. Let me see, let me close it out and open my CapCut up. I haven't been in there in a hot minute. Yes, I know, iRun is running in the background. I gotta bump my system up. I need more processing power. I need more power. I need Scotty from Star Trek. I'm giving her all she's got, Captain. And then my computer's giving her all she's got. It goes to hiccuping and stuttering sometimes. No, turn on, you can receive updates, promotionals. Had that on. Whoa, hold on. Allow CapCut to send you notifications. Okay.
Aliens come, get grumpy, cosmos bound, soar from the work made in pain, stay off the ground.
Yeah, YouTube was acting a fool last night. It come on, I went to open. I was watching PK's video, and so my notifications was working because I got his notification that he went live, so I jumped to his channel, and then I went to open up my YouTube to look at my my studio page, and it wouldn't open. It opened up like half a screen, and it was all blank. And it did that a couple of times. There you go. It could be because they are overseas and whatnot. It could be something based over there. The Russians are attacking Japan. I'm sorry. Yeah. But no, there's no telling what's going on with it. My boy. Are you talking about me? My voice sounds relaxing. I appreciate that, but I cannot stand the sound of my voice half the time. I had somebody tell me a long time ago I needed to do audiobooks, that I had a good voice for that, and I laughed at them. I said, there's no way. You need to go clean your ears, and they all started laughing. And we was in the physical therapy place. I was doing physical therapy for my back. I said, have you ever thought about doing audiobooks? I'm like, no, not really. I don't like the sound of my voice. I sound like a little old hillbilly, a backwoods hillbilly sometimes. I don't like it.
Yeah, grumpy in the shop, lace spinning so fast, coffee still hot, burning through this forecast. Ash on the counter, ashtray like a map, morning joint lit, let the anger unwrap. Yeah, aliens come get grumpy, cosmos bound, made in pain, but we stay off the ground. Hit like, hit subscribe, just stick around. Laid back vibe when the world too loud.
Well, thank you.
Door half open, same stool, same chair, same old.
Alright, sorry, I'm trying to get I'm moving slow. I am so sore. I don't know why I'm so sore. Stress. I know that's got to do with it. I've been stressing bad. But... Now, when I made my sticker, I used the AI app. I think it was Star Eye or something like that. Just the art generating app. But I played with that thing for weeks, messing with it to get my image the way I wanted it. And I used the free credits. I opened the app up and closed it. I would open it every day and collect the credits, and then I wouldn't do nothing, I'd close it. And I did that to where I had so many credits, it wasn't giving me credits anymore. And so then I sat there for weeks and just played with it, making new images and stuff. And I guess the AI was learning what I was wanting, and over it was slowly progressing. I probably had 1,000 images before I got it to how I wanted it.
Medication's tight like a rocket in flight. Grumpy's whispers echo through the starlight. Aliens laugh in a galactic tone, saying this guy should not be left alone. Grumpy's hands ain't got no plan. Aliens clap, it's out of hand.
I had a real bad country draw when I was younger. I don't think it's as bad now as it used to be, but goodness gracious, that drove me crazy. I hated it.
But his heart's in tune. Aliens chilling by the glow of the moon. Wood shaving scatter like cosmic dust. Grumpy's faith and fun is the only must.
Let's see. Trying to see if my CapCut's working. My CapCut come up okay for me, Tim. Are you using yours on your computer? Trying to edit through the computer or through your phone? I was medicating. I do that every morning. as my fire stick. Excuse me. I use Suno, the suno.com. I pay for it monthly. It's got a $10 subscription fee, and you get like 2,500 credits. And it's like, I believe it's like two credits a song, something like that. I don't pay attention to how much they zap me. I just get in there and play. I've never went through all my credits making music, and then I know the credits don't roll over. That's the only thing I don't like about it. But then at the same time, if they rolled over, I'd have a ton of credits right now. I wouldn't have to pay for it. but you got to pay for it to be able to use it in your videos if you go for the monetization. Because once you pay for it, that gives you all your rights for it. You can sell it on Spotify if you want to. On PC. All right, when I open up my CapCut, the way everything's laid out, I have my preview screen is like dead center. Okay, on my CapCut when it open, I have basically 4 blocks. There's 3 blocks across the top, one dead center that's got what video, the video I'm working on. It shows me in my preview. Then to the left of that, it's got my import, yours, the AI, spaces, all your import information. Then to the right of that, you have the detail information. Then the very bottom, you got the long screen that's got your timeline on it. All right, look at there's a little microphone emblem right underneath your center preview screen on your timeline screen. It's close to that bottom square of the preview screen. There's a little microphone icon right there, and you click that right there and it'll open up for you to start your voiceover. And then you just hit the red spot to start recording, and it'll give you a 3, 2, 1 countdown. It'll start playing your timeline, and then you'll see 3, 2, 1, up in your preview window. When it hits 0, you start talking, you're recording then. You know, if you got your microphone set up to your system, you know. And then that'll give you an audio line on your timeline underneath all your video, and then you can edit that right there, adjust your volume up and down, fade it in and out and whatnot. Did that help you any, or did I confuse you? Because I confuse myself all the damn time. With your CapCut updating, is there a way that you can, crap. I know you can uninstall some updates or just back up a step before you put the update in. Can you do that? It's tiny, but did you see it? Did that help you? That opens you up and got you to your voiceover section? Hey, Scott, good morning, buddy. Nothing seemed to work. Damn. Cool, you're welcome. I'm glad I was able to help. It took me a while to figure it out. When I got into it, I tried DaVinci Resolved. That was the first editing platform I ever looked at. And I downloaded it, opened it up, and looked at all the tabs and buttons. And I got so overwhelmed, I uninstalled it just that quick. I was like, nope, I can't figure that out. And then I went to, what was it? I think Clipchamp. And started messing with that one, and I liked it, but I didn't like how it saved my work. You know, it didn't give me a dedicated copy of my video when I was done. And so I went back and forth, and I found CapCut, and then I could download my video and have a copy of my video, because I didn't want YouTube to be the only spot my video was at when I was done. You know, and so with CapCut, it exports it to my desktop, you know, and I put it in a folder all by itself, and then plus it goes to YouTube. So if somebody ever gets in my YouTube or my YouTube gets hacked, I still have every one of my videos, you know, on my own hard drive. Yeah, DaVinci just straight overwhelmed me. I get overwhelmed real easy. If I look at it for a while and then push buttons and don't have to worry about needing to use it right then, and I can just figure it out on my own and watch a few videos, I'm okay. But when I download something and I'm in a hurry and I want to use it like right then, I open up, it's like, oh goodness. The brain goes to stuttering and backfiring when it saw all those buttons and stuff. I was like, nope. And then that's like CapCut. I have barely even begun to scratch the surface on all the stuff I can do with it, you know, but I get overwhelmed. You know, I'll figure out how to do something in one video, you know, and then next week when I do my next videos, ooh, let me do that. And I'll go back and I start getting confused because I don't quite know what I'm doing, but I'm getting there. I like to teach myself. I'm hard-headed, you know, but it's fun. Oh, my back. Oh, my back is dang sure stiff, y'all. Let me close that. But I do like CapCut for the most part. I had issues with them probably about 2 or 3 months ago. It started, I don't know what it was doing. It done some different format to where it knew that I wasn't paying for it, but it was telling me that I only got the free option so many times, and then I couldn't use it no more unless I was paying for it. And it was weird. some of them you can turn it off, like cap cut. You can turn cap cuts off. Cap cut was given a watermark for a while, and there was somewhere in the settings that I got to one time that I could turn it off. Because I think Perry, Carbon Wizard, he was saying he didn't like cap cut. I think it was Perry, said he didn't like it because of the watermark. And I'm like, I hid mine. I gotta mix up some colors, y'all. I got my stuff ready. It takes so long to mix this epoxy. I don't put it in a water bath to heat it up because I don't want to trigger it to make it cure too fast and it mess me up. As it takes it a while to get up to temperature. Oh, my back.
Grumpy spun the wood till it morphed out of shape. Lathe humming, hands moving, crafting fate. Epoxy drip binds bugs in a sculptor's twist. Zen found in the fog, some aliens miss.
Oh, y'all, goodness. That's what I need. I need to lay out and get the tinge unit on my back for a couple hours. Oh, that would feel awesome. My blanks go. I hadn't used my tinge unit in a hot minute. I probably have to get new pads and stuff for it. That was the most favorite thing I liked about physical therapy when they make me do that all the time was the tinge unit in the doctor's office, the big boy machine. Oh, those just work so much better than them dang portable ones. That and that ultra heat, when they hit you with that little roller ball and it heats you up like a flipping microwave. I love those. Alright, y'all. These are my blank plugs. I need to get them made better, but I'm always in a hurry when I do stuff, so it's like I take it and run with it. These some of these are just drilled out. The drill wallered the hole out too much. So I just double up my wrap, and then some of them not dead center. And that messes with me. I need them dead center and perfect size. Alright. Let's see. Oh, I need some more cling wrap. That's my little secret, y'all. Y'all get to see. That's what we're gonna do. We're gonna mix up some blanks. If I'm just gonna sit here and babble, at least I'm gonna do something and babble, right? I don't want to waste y'all's time. Let y'all watch me do my creation of my blanks. I don't have to worry about nothing this morning. I don't have the grand pug coming this week. And the boy's got my mom's car, so he's got a ride. I don't have to go nowhere. I just have to make sure he's up at 7:30. And I only have one pressure pot, so I can only do my blanks like every other day. And I really need to stay on top of that instead of slacking. Oh. And I moved stuff away from my lathe yesterday and rolled my little computer chair over there, and that thing's only about 6 inches too short. And so I'm debating on, I know I don't need to because I'm liable to trip over it and bust my butt and hurt myself, but I thought about building a box on the ground right there in front of my lathe area and then have my chair up on that, but then I roll around and bounce from station to station out here, so I don't need it. I don't need it up in the air like that. I need it on the ground. So, gotta find a different chair, basically, that's taller than this one. or just rebuild my table, and I don't want to rebuild my table. A newer chair would be easier, right? All right, now what I do, my blanks, my epoxy blanks, they have little inserts in there so I can attach my roach clip to it. I don't trust the epoxy to be strong enough and not break. If it was just the epoxy, then I spin it down small enough to, where's my little guy at? Let's see. Oh, I think I need to order some more of these. I'm running low. But this part where I clamp it on, you know, you got to get it small. You know, that diameter that you put that on, you know, heck, it's just basically a little bigger than a Q-tip, you know. You look at the material you got right there. You can't get that to wrap around. There's not too much metal in the clip to wrap around your epoxy, so it's got to be somewhat small. And once you start getting like that, I'm afraid it's just going to be too brittle. So I put a wooden insert in there, and these are my plugs for my blank. So basically, I'll put the insert in the plug, you know, put the plug in the bottom, and that way it's there. And then when I pour my epoxy, it's holding it straight, center, all that kind of stuff. These holes are a little loose, so I have to double them up. And then I use cling wrap here because, you know, you put that in there like that, pour epoxy straight on there, the epoxy's gonna seep down in there, it's gonna bond to your plug, and you're not gonna separate them two pieces too easy. And so I'll turn around and put a little bit of cling wrap over and then push it down in there easy so it don't rip it, you know. But then you have that cling wrap over your plug, you know, so the epoxy's only gonna bond to your wood, you know, and then it don't bond right there. So then when you pull your blank out of there, it separates easier. Took me a minute to figure that one out, but it works out that way. But then I just, when it's loose like it is, I just double up the cling wrap, the cling wrap a little bit. That way the insert stays in place, because I don't want to put it in there and then pour my epoxy in there and then ooh, it float up out of the hole. And that just messes me up. Yeah. And before I started doing the pipes as my mold, I did the stuff around cardstock. This was my first setup, right? I took a wooden dowel. Well, first I took cardstock and I laminated it. I took packing tape and completely covered all the cardstock so it was covered so the epoxy wouldn't soak into the paper, you know. And then I took that and rolled it around a dowel and then taped it real tight around that dowel, you know, which gave me that round paper tube or whatever. And then I pushed the dowel rod out of it. I had that hole set up in there, and we put my insert down in there like that, you know, and then put the paper down over the insert, hot glue it so it wouldn't leak, and then I'd pour my blanks from the top. I do my blanks round because I don't want to waste as much epoxy. Let me show y'all. You take most of your standard pin blanks or whatnot, they're rectangle shaped, and they work awesome, but when you're turning it on the lathe, you know, most people knock all the corners off of it and knock it round. You know, they get it true round before they ever even start. You know, it just makes it easier to put your design and stuff in there. Well, if you look, by the time you knock all your corners off and get it true round, you almost have another blank sitting right there in waste. You know, and the epoxy is so damn expensive, and I was just on that tight budget. You know, I don't want to waste nothing. You know, so I said, we'll make a round blank. That way, you know, we're starting off, you know, halfway done. You know, it's just harder to play with your colors and stuff when you're pouring down in that round too, because you just have that small opening, you know, that you're trying to manipulate all your color in. You know, but it's laying down, you have that long, you can do all kind of swirls and stuff to it, you know, as you're pouring it. But with it in that tube, that's a challenge. But yeah. Let's see, where's my phone? I don't even see chat and I'm just a babbling. Ugh.
Laid back, carving for the soul, shaping cloudy dreams, watch the colors roll, hand steady, mind free, this joint's patrol. Roach clips,
Most of the time I just do them in the mornings. I can guarantee that I'll be live in the mornings like this, but once it gets going throughout the day, there's so many people in the community that I follow. I try not to go live if somebody else is going live and all that kind of stuff. So it just depends. You know, if I jump on YouTube and I don't see nobody in my group, you know, in the circle out there and about, then I might jump on there for a little bit, but most of the time it's just morning lives. All right, Pumpkin, well, you have a good day. Thank you for tuning in.
Aliens in the smoke, shadows in the air, floating through the space like I just don't care. Creating's how we heal, no pill compares. Anxiety dissolves now.
But that fits in there like that, and I just snatched that off because we just want the top of it so it don't bond to the plug. And then it's a little loose, so I'll take just another little piece, just tear it, and this ain't gotta be perfect. Pull that back out, put that there, and then ease that in. Because we don't want to rip that bottom layer, but we want it to hold it.
Epoxy roach clips, fingertips equipped. Medicated therapy, glow flows thick.
Nice.
Pain fades, it's a real slick trick.
And then where is my mold? And then this is my mold, just PVC. It's cheaper than having to redo the tape and the paper constantly. Because the paper mold, the way that that was a one and done. These are reusable. And then I got a mold release. Yeah, oh my goodness, that mold release is just a straight game changer. I was trying to be a tight butt and not buy any at first. And it's like, oh, I don't have to buy that. I can make something that'll do that. And was trying to use Vaseline on an old watered up paper towel and run it back and forth through the pipe, you know, and think that would work as a mold release. It helped, but I still had to fight, and I mean fight, to get the molds out of, or the blanks out of the pipe. And this one's ready. Whenever I go to pour it, I'll put the cap on the bottom right here just to make sure the epoxy, and I just press it on. I don't glue it or nothing. And then I'll pour my resin or my epoxy in from the top. And you see all my drips where I missed. But that'll work. I've got the insert in there and the insert and the cap, and it's sprayed with mold release. It's ready to fill. That's what I'm trying to say. Now we'll do another one. And then I'll get all these ready, and I'll put them in their little stand that I got. Then I'll mix up my epoxy and do all that. That's what takes the most, because like I said, you can mix it and just pour it and not worry about it if you're just doing like single colors or something. But when you want your colors to separate, like you want to get that marble or that swirls and all that stuff, you have to let the epoxy heat up to a certain temperature. Different brands have different heats that they react at, but for me, I try to get it up to 100 degrees or hotter, you know, much hotter, and it's getting ready to flash and cure on you. You have to be careful there, but under that, it's just not warm enough, and it don't do what it's supposed to do. It'll cure and it'll get hard for you, but it'll look like those neon blanks that I thought mudded up. Your colors will just mud and mix together if you don't let the epoxy heat up. And then they have the Elmer's glue trick. It's supposed to be like 1 drop of Elmer's glue to an ounce of epoxy, and it gets real thick. When you put that little bit of glue in there, it reacts to the resin, and it gets real snotty. It thickens up on you. But with me pouring down the long tube like this, with it getting, I haven't tried it because if it gets too thick, I'm not going to be able to pour it. So that's a catch-22 or however they say it. It's like, ooh, it might work, it might not. But y'all hear, it does not take much of that spray either. It's just and that's it. I'm done. It's plenty enough in that pipe, and then you just push that stuff out with your finger. Before, with the Vaseline and all, I was taking another dowel rod and pushing into the pipe, and then having to bang it through with a hammer to get it to come out. It was a violent mess. All right, and I'm gonna change this setup too. When I say change this setup, I want to get me a round silicone or square silicone setup that holds several blanks at one time, and then this one done. No. That way it's not individual pieces, it's just one mold. But research and development, we'll get there. Mainly I have to get the stuff to make the silicone molds and create me a good mold, and then go from there. I need to make a blank that's perfect, that's the size I need, and then duplicate that by 4. I want at least 4. I do my colors in 3s, or my blanks in 3s. You know, but I might need to do it more. It just depends on if I start selling a bunch. Hey Matthew, good morning, buddy. We're working on blanks this morning. I'm sore. I need to spin and all that, but my neck and my back's hurting, and so I don't want to stand up and try to stand over the lathe. I want to give myself a little bit of a break on that. So I figure we just mix up some blanks here, because I was babbling and procrastinating on starting, and I need to make my blanks up, so that's just got me sitting here, so we do that. And I can only do, let's see, 3 blanks at a time, and that takes what, a day and a half or so to do, because I let it cure in the pressure pot to make sure I don't get no bubbles. Oh. I need to get another pressure pot. That'd be awesome. Y'all, I'm trying something. I filled out, I say filled out, I've created, this is crooked. That's why I don't like that one. It's going in there crooked like that. I need that bad boy straight. Yeah, I squirreled on you. I want the little laser things. I want to be able to burn onto my roach clips and stuff like that. Like Mr. Johnny and Chase, how y'all do that stuff with y'all's pins and burn the pins. I want to burn on my clips like that. And I've never messed with a laser or an engraver in my life. And I went to Googling and Amazon last night looking for cheap ones. And I found one that looks small, supposed to be able to burn on round stuff. And it's like $160 something for it. So when I went to their site, they had the little bitty AI chat bot popping up in the bottom corner saying, oh, you're interested in this. Do you have any questions? And it kept popping up, bugging me every time I try to read details about something. So I said, yeah, I got a question. I said, do y'all do sponsorship? And it answered back and gave me their marketing email. It says, oh, yes, we do. We would love to hear from you and blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, oh, heck. So then I sat there and got to that email, opened it up, and then I went to typing away. I put them a big old proposal in there talking about a new YouTube channel, small channel. I do the burning, or I'm new to everything laser and engraving, but would love to learn with their company and all this, and would do videos and all this kind of stuff. And so it was more professional sounding than my Babble, of course, but I tried, and we'll see, because that's what I did with Starbond. And I got hooked up with them, and then everybody was talking strong ink, and I was like, well, damn, I wonder, you know. I said, they probably won't mess with me. I'm a little bitty channel. And then, yeah, they're supposed to send me stuff, and it's like, oh, heck yeah. We're going in the right direction. I want to grow, and I'm not going to grow just sitting here not trying, right? And so I put in an email to that company. That'd be too cool if they answered me back and say, yeah, we'll send you a little laser. Because, I mean, they have stuff that's like $2,000 and stuff, and then they have it all the way down to $100 and something, you know. And I said, I'll be easy. I'm cheap. You just give me something small to play with. Like I said, I've never done it. I want to learn. I don't like this plug, y'all. It's got my stuff sitting in there crooked. But yeah, I mean, all you can do is try it, right? So yeah, that's what I give it a shot, so we'll see. I thought I had another plug that I've used before that was straight. That's straighter. Is it gonna fit, or is that too big? It looks like it was for the other pipe. I've done a couple different pipes and tried them as my molds, and so I have reminiscences. I have bits and pieces of those experiments laying around. So I don't know if this will fit. Creative blaze, pour the truth in molds, let the resin reveal. Art deep as the void, carving wounds that heal. Fingerprints in wood grain, Grumpy's real deal. Aliens just nodded, man, that's mad appeal. Yeah, that one's too big. That's for the other deal. That one never, ooh, it did get finished, but does it fit? No, it looks off center. Oh, heck yeah. Well, I would love one of the big laser cutters and everything where you could cut stuff out with it and all that kind of crap, you know, but I've never messed with any of it. And it's going to be costly right off the bat because I'll have to get the app and whatnot to use them. And I looked into that, and I think Lightburn is supposed to be the better app, and that's like $100, you know, just to buy that app. So we have to work on getting approved, and them saying, yeah, we'll send you something. And then I'm gonna be like, oh snot, now I have to get my money together to get the app. But you know, one step at a time. I figure I'll worry about the app when they say, yeah, we'll send you one. Because when they say that, then it's like, oh shit, then it'll be real, right? Right now, it's just a daydream. But here lately, them daydreams has been working out, you know, so I don't know. Gotta be ready, right? Aliens whisper notes, transmit them precise. Out of this world, roach clip got that spice. Glow bright like UFOs at a midnight sight. That's straighter in there. That's more center. Why did I not use this one? That'll work. I got a hole in the bottom I got to fix. Where it drilled in. I don't know, yo. There you go, I'm batshit crazy. That's why I didn't use it. It'll work, Grumpy. Why use it? It makes it too easy. You don't want to do nothing easy. Do it the hard way. That's what I do. I'm a hard-headed fool. It's that Gen X syndrome, that F around and find out. I grew up learning stuff, F around and finding out. So if it's easy, it ain't right. Something ain't right about it if it's easy. Alright, there's a little hole in here I want to plug. We're going to try to drop that right in the center, so hopefully it'll hit that little hole, because I don't want to plug nothing else but that little hole. Hey, good morning, Rubberneck. How you doing?
Let the resin reveal art deep as the void, carving wounds that heal. Fingerprints and wood grain, grumpy's real deal. Aliens just not a menace, mad appeal. Right amaze.
That ought to work. Oh, damn it. I'm going to end up dropping and breaking this little bitty light. I have a little ledge, little corner that I keep it in on my box. And getting stuff, so much stuff in there, and it's taking up its spot. And when I go to put my light back in there, I barely hit it, and it goes falling. That's going to make me mad. Right, where's my tape? That's one thing I need to go to Walmart and buy. I need to buy another roller too, of masking tape. I use that a lot when I'm doing those rings. I'll tape the rings solid to the spindle on the lace so they don't get in the way. Good on the packing tape. I was just using this stuff yesterday. The son didn't grab it. He was using my packing tape. Where is it?
It's like casting spells. With every turn and twist, find a bit of peace. Every piece of timber makes the silence cease. Candles flicker gently, shadows dance around. From these world in the quiet found. Lathe and Dremel chisel all the worries thin, carving out contentment from his struggles dim.
And I have some more UV epoxy will be here today. I'm happy for that. I ordered some Let's Resin UV epoxy. Excuse me. It was a little kit that comes with 2 bottles of the, I think it's the 100 ounce, 100 gram bottles. It might have been the 2 of the 200 gram, but I think it was just 200 grams total. But that little dinky rubber mat's gonna come with it, and another little UV lamp, light Where is it at? Oh goodness. Oh. It's so cheap when I got that came with the first resin I had, but this wasn't Let's resin. But the little light they have is something similar to this. This one broke a long time ago and I had to glue it so it won't fold shut. And then half the lights done quit working on it. That's the one we're fixing. My tanks have snails. Bazzy, I seen your fish stuff in your, dude, what all you got fish-wise, man? I used to be all up into some fish tanks, but with my back and my neck, I couldn't put in the care and the stuff. All my tanks were live and natural, and so I couldn't put in the care and everything I wanted to for them, and I quit dealing with it. Is that the only kind that you got set up in your tank? You got a nice tank with just those style guppies? Have you ever thought about playing with the Neocaridina shrimp? Scarlet, Polly's, Bumble, Crummies, and Cordas, and Pound Keelings. Okay. Now, I didn't study the tank that hard. I saw the fish. It's like, oh, snot, he's into some fish. But are you live set or artificial? Like plants, live plants and whatnot, or? Flat rose and snowball, yeah. Okay. Okay, so you got some shrimpies in there. There you go. My buddy, Hedrick Homegrown Aquatics, he got all kinds of stuff. He got a bunch of different guppies. The shrimp, got the Bloody Marys. He got a couple of different reelies that he's trying to get going. The 24 karat golds, the yellow neos that's got, you know, they're bright yellow with the yellow stripe, the different yellow stripe down their back. He bought me those years ago. He bought me like 5 or 6 of them from a shop, and I had me a little 20-gallon tank set up or 10-gallon tank set up to start them, and it had been set, it done settled, did its thing. It'd been going for months, and we got the shrimp, put them in there, and I was saving up to buy my own shrimp. I wasn't expecting him to get me any, and he hooked me up with a handful, and I was like, oh damn. I put them in the tank. A couple of them were buried up already. I was like, oh hell, we're gonna have babies, you know, and they started to die. And I was like, no. And I mean, as soon as I seen the big one dead with berries, I was on YouTube looking up, can I salvage these babies? And I seen a spot to where it showed how to build a little bitty tube, put a bubbler in there so the water would circulate and all that stuff. I put them eggs around a little thing and put them in that and had them circulating and doing their thing, and I'll be damned if they didn't survive. I had like 4 babies survive out of the eggs that I put in there, and that started the whole colony. Dude, there's so many freaking yellows right now. I had hundreds of them, and then when I got done, I gave him a good 10 or so to get his colony started. So he had his own colony going by the time I got rid of all mine. But when I got out of my fish tank stuff, that's what I did, is I give it all to my buddy, because he got me into it too, you know. And then I had 2 rope fish in a 55-gallon natural tank, and I give that to him, and It was awesome and so flipping relaxing, but then at the same time, it was getting so stressful for me because it was just more for me to have to deal with, and I was getting to where I couldn't. But yeah, I love the fish tanks. He's got his YouTube name and he's ready, but I got to get him to get his papers and stuff so he can start selling that crap. And then I got to get him set up, get him one of them ASMR channels going on. Put that daggum camera on that tank and just record that tank 24/7. You know, loop it and then play it and then have those bubbles from that bubbler going and a little bit of water splashing in the background and loop that audio. Dude, I'm telling you, you're gonna have a channel right there and you ain't even gotta do nothing. And look how many people get them screensavers of fish tanks and stuff and put on their stuff. You got you a real fish tank screensaver going on. Shoot. It would grow. I have a feeling it would grow. Yeah, I'm working on this still. I'm just babbling, but I'm trying to get the tape wrapped around that just right so it plugs in there pretty good and seals it. I think we got it now. The live plants and all make the tank so flipping good. You know, because they take care of themselves. As once you get it balanced, you don't have to do a whole lot. I mean, the tank does it all. I mean, you still got to get in there and wipe some stuff down, but if you got the shrimp, you got all the cleaners in there, you don't have to do snot. You know, and then if it's all live, you don't even have to feed them that often because they'll eat off of the tank. Hey, Derek, good morning, buddy. How's everybody going? I hope your wife's feeling a little better. You know, you want to get them breeding and whatnot and keep them bumping for a business or something. Yeah, you're going to feed them on a regular, but you're also going to have different tanks set up to do your breeding and stuff if it gets to be that good of a business, right? But, you know, just a personal tank, it's all planted up full of a bunch of nice stuff. Yeah, like I said, they take care of themselves. Let's spray this one. And then when I spray these things, I just put the tube against something on one end so it's covered and just spray in there. Toot toot, flip it around, toot toot, and then a little toot straight through. That's it. That can's gonna last me a hot minute, which is a good thing because that sucker was like $14. But yeah, I imagine she's sore though. As they say, the dang first few days after a fall or anything like that, you hurt more. You know, you're all stoved up at first and your body's like, I guess, in shock. But then your muscles start relaxing from that and you're like, oh, damn. You feel it. I'm just glad y'all's okay, or she's okay. You know, hurt, but okay, you know. So, I mean, it sucks that you get hurt, but at least she's laying there telling you that she's hurting. I guess that's what I'm trying to say. Them car accidents can be crazy. My daughter, when they first moved away, when she was young, they were going from here to South Carolina, and she got in a wreck on the highway. She fell asleep is what happened. She woke up, snatched the wheel, and they were in a pickup truck, and they fishtailed a little bit and went off the road and slid right down off the embankment through a bunch of trees. They got lucky. The side of the highway where they went off the road at, it was small trees. Yeah, the state trooper told her if they would have went off the road about 100 yards sooner or later from where they did, they would have went through full-grown trees, and my son-in-law probably wouldn't have survived the wreck. But they went sliding through basically baby trees, little juveniles, and were snapping them, knocking them over as the truck come through. So yeah, it was a crazy situation there. That's why I hate it with my son out and about driving and stuff. I mean, she's better now, but that stuff scares me. And she's a flipping speed demon when she drives. So, we got that Life 360 downloaded on phones so I can see where they're going and whatnot and make sure they're okay. And oh my gosh, I'll have a panic attack watching that app sometimes. I'll look down because it'll show you your speed and stuff like that. I'll look down there, her ass is cruising 92 miles an hour. Oh Lord. I want to text her and get on to her, but like, oh heck no, I'm not even going to bother with her going that fast. I joke with her all the time, say, you better get paperwork ready because if something happens to you, you know them babies are mine. I joke and tell them I'm gonna take my grandbabies away. Aliens in the smoke, they whisper truth. Medication rolled tight, sparking the roots. And she says, you know their daddy's still alive. I said, I know, but he's gonna need some help, so just go ahead and give him to Grumpy. Grumpy's craft cuts through that ether haze, shoving demons aside, calling brighter days. Therapeutic fiction set the world ablaze. Creation keeps healing, we move through the maze. I love my grandkids. My grandson now, he's Grumpy's little guy. He's my little man. I wish I would have had the time I had with him, with my son. You know, my son, I was still working and I was eating them pills, but I was getting to the stage where I was getting away from eating all the pills. And he got a better version of me, but he just didn't get the time that my grandson got. My grandson just got a lot of time with me because I wasn't working. You know, I was daycare. I was super grumpy, as I call it. And I wish I could have been like that with my son. And my daughter as well. I wish I wouldn't have been such an ass with my daughter. All right, y'all. All right, now this is... See, this is why it takes me a while to do my damn blanks, because even if I'm not babbling to y'all, it takes me a hot minute just like this. But I made this little cradle deal. It pops apart. I drilled me little holes in there, drilled the holes in the top, glued the little wooden dowels in there to make a table. And there's holes drilled in that, right, for the pipes to go through. And then the caps hold them in, you know. They'll come all the way through this way, but there's so many drips on there, it won't pull through no more, which is good because I don't want them to come out. But I just let it slide down, boom, and I got me a little cradle that holds my pipes. You know, they're not perfect, but they're good enough, you know. And so now, where'd my PVC? Okay. I got a bowl that it just fits in, and then I set that down in my pressure pot because just in case I have it bubble out of here or it leaks out of the bottom of the pipe, it won't go all over the place in my pressure pot. It'll stay, you know, hopefully in my bowl. All right, and my pressure pot is not very big. I can only fit one of these contraptions in there. I can fit that in there, and then this cup has a mold in there that I pour my extra in. So if I pour a blank and I got extra, you know, I'll put it in there and put it in there. I need to make a bigger mold for it, but I get these little pieces out of this and I turn these into dab spoons. But I'll have this ready, you know, and then when I mix my epoxy, I do it all in here, get it ready, pour it in my blanks. Well, like I said, when I'm done, I put my cups in here. They spill out into that. That's about full. So I have to be careful on that next run. But anyway, I put them in there. And then this will fit in my pressure pot next to my little rack of 3. And then my pressure pot's full. It's not but like a 2.5 gallon little pot. It's not very big. But it serves the purpose. Oh. Yeah, see, here's the lid for my pressure pot. It ain't very big. Oh. All right. Have a good day, Mr. Johnny. Stay safe. I hope your day goes by fast. That way you can come home and play on the shop and make some more pins. Oh, come on, stay in there. And drop the box. And now before I do my mixing, that's what I'm doing now, is let's see, gotta unplug the heater. It's not that cold out here. Had the heater going to take the chill off. But now I just need to make sure that my air compressor's charged up here. I say charged, but you know, filled up with its pressure. That'll shut off here shortly. It'll come back on when I go to pressurize my tank. It don't hold enough air pressure to pressurize the tank all at one time. You know, I have to, it'll pressurize up and then the compressor will kick on and finish it on. It should shut off here shortly. It gets to like 120 pounds and stops. And then the pressure pot goes to like, I pressurize it to 62, 65. But with that much pressure and then only 100 and something in the tank, it is not enough to balance it over at once. There it goes. Where are my gloves? My mom come over yesterday to visit, and she come out here in the shop, and so I had to move all my stuff so she could sit down, because I'm really not set up but just myself out here working. I don't really entertain too often out here. I had my chair and the other chair, but it had boxes and stuff in it, so I had to move them out of the way to give her a spot to sit down. So now my stuff's kind of out of place. And these gloves, goodness gracious, gotta love Humana now. I ain't gonna lie, I get that daggone, my Humana insurance, I get that Centerwell pharmacy credits or something every month. They give me like $30 a month on a online drugstore, basically like Eckerd's or Eckerd's. I ain't heard of Eckerd's in a long time. Boy, I just showed my age. CVS and Walgreens and all that. It's basically like an online Walgreens. I can go through there and get braces, band-aids, just all kind of stuff, and it's use it or lose it. You know, you don't use that money at the end of the year, it goes away. And so I'll take and order my gloves and stuff off of there. No shipping or handling, or no shipping or nothing like that, so it don't cost me nothing. You want gloves doing this epoxy and super gluing and stuff all the time. So let's see. This is my main mixer. because I do, what is it? It's about, what is it? 8 ounces. 1 cup or 8 ounces worth of resin is what I use when I pour my blanks. Excuse me, I got the hiccups. Good morning, Pat. Excuse me. And this is just gonna be boring and long. Y'all just gonna listen to me babble. Because it's gonna take a hot minute for this stuff to heat up. Because then that's what I'm doing. I don't do it in a water bath. I haven't went that route yet. I've had it suggested to me to, you know, put my epoxy in a warm water bath to kind of warm it up right there, then mix it so it'll do faster. But you want it to go fast, but then at the same time, if it's not heating up super fast, then that gives people that squirrel a little bit of time to get what they need done. Done. Because if it goes too fast, you just wasted all your epoxy. You know, because you gotta let it get hot, right? Because for it to stay separate like I do, you gotta let it heat up. You know, and that's what it's doing. It's starting to set as it heats up. You know, so you have that little window of, oh shit, I gotta hurry. You know, so it does get you get a little anxious and all, because you don't want to waste all that resin. That stuff's not cheap. There's my colors. Oh, my back, y'all. Gracious. And then we're gonna put some neon purple with some mica black. And then I might try to dump. I don't know, I might not. I don't want to mess up the neon. Let's see. The glow pigment in the last batch of neons is what I believe made it mud up and give it that muddy look. But it looks so good under a light. But not everybody sits under the lights. Yeah, this one. That's neon colors, but it's just so muddy looking. But it's because I put the glow pigment in with the neons, I think. And so I'm gonna do it anyway. Hell with it. I want it to glow. We'll see how it comes out. If it don't come out right, what do we do? Just make another set, right? There you go. Nothing to it but to do it, they say. I'm looking for my purple pigment. Hold on a minute. I know I got the purple neon out. I'm looking for the purple glow pigment. I want to make sure I got everything ready here. That's another thing I got to do is the Let's Resin glow pigments. I need to get a box of that. I want to see how they work. There we go. I'll put that glow powder in there. Let's see. Y'all can't see that. There we go. I'll add some of that in with that neon purple, and hopefully we'll get some glow out of it. Because that's what I do, y'all. I take my regular mica powders, and then if it's something that's a blue or something like that, close to that color, and I'll find these glow pigments that I have, the closest color I got, and I'll add to it. And that's how I get my glow. Look at all that. That's why some sticks just don't glow as much as the other ones. It's just I might not put enough pigment, or the base color I'm mixing them with is too dark and overtakes them, you know. Because that's what I do. I don't have just straight glow colors. I mix my primaries with what pigments I have. Daggum, there we go. I babble so much, y'all. I'm sorry. That's just grumpy, y'all. You get it all. And now I have to go. This is that box of Let's Resins, and I don't know what number is black. So I have to go through all these and find my black. And they're not in order by no means. Gotta love it, right? But hey, that's my brain. That just matches my brain. It's so flippin' disorganized. And I have a bag of black, but I want to try to stay with the Let's Resin pigments. Uh-oh. Plum. Thought we found black, but we found plum. Gray. We got close. Plum and gray. Throw them together, it comes black. White. Opposite direction. I need to get a piece of paper, and I need to go through there, or I'll just do it on the computer. Print out, there we go, black. I need to print out a list on the computer, my 1 through 60, and what color, what number is. That way when I'm looking for my colors, I just look on my paper and say, okay, I want pink, okay, I need number 4. I don't have these colored out. And I haven't used it yet, so I got to open it up. Where's my little puppy go? But yeah, I have that the Let's Resin UV resin coming in today. The little finger jaws extenders for my chuck to make it easier to hold my blanks. I'm hoping they work out for the round, because I bought it so it would close up tighter, but it's designed really to hold the rectangle blanks, so I'm hoping it's gonna work with my round blanks. It was $14, so it was the cheaper way to get a different chuck without buying a whole new chuck. It's supposed to work with the jaws that I have. All right, y'all, let's see. This is gonna be, all right, I normally go 3 colors when I do my blanks. This is only gonna be 2 colors. So how am I gonna do this? I can't use these cups. I gotta get, hold on. I have different cups, yo. They're just throwaways. They're not really reusable. Whittle down the stress, anxieties dissipate. Lathe hum whisper, sealing off the way. Stay. Sacred dust in the air. I got so many epoxy cuts and pieces in this box. That's gonna be a cool blank, yo. I have so many little odd and end cutoff pieces. Where's my coffee? In my how in the hell did all that just fall? Excuse me. Sorry, I was getting some coffee. But yeah, I have a bunch of different pieces in that damn box. Bunch of little exotic wood cutoffs, bunch of epoxy cutoffs. And then when I get a vacuum chamber, I can stabilize half of that stuff. I'm gonna put it all together in a mold and then see what we can make out of it. All right, and then when I get ready to pour my epoxy, I'll go ahead and get me a little stack of some paper towels already tore off the roll. And right there beside me, in case I have an emergency, I can just pick something up and start wiping it off. Because when you get an emergency and you got epoxy all over your gloves, and you're spilling it, and you're trying to scatter to get something to clean it up, guess what? you make a bigger mess. Live and learn, y'all. Live and learn, I say. All right.
Medicinal haze, no pain stays the course. Roach clip crackles, fire fuels the source. Lay spin stories, whispers through the grain. Alien medics in the wood, healing every vein.
I try to be over prepared in every damn thing I do. That way when I go to do it, it's not bad. I don't have no headache, as I don't want nothing to be stressful or anxiety or that's just it. If y'all ain't realized, I overthink and overdo everything and add to my own stress and anxiety. So oh, and I got some cut saw bits coming. Goodness gracious, I cannot wait. I have not bought myself cut saw in years. When I first bought all my bits, I got into the power carving journey, hardcore power carving. Like I said, I played with my Dremel and the Dremel bits, on my roach clips, doing the small lines. But when I wanted to start putting wood spirits onto my roach clips, that's when I found power carving. I found Jordy Johnson's channel, and then that's when it's like, oh wow, you can do all kind of stuff with this, gnome homes, this, that, so that was, I stayed with roach clips, but I also begun my wood spirit and my power carving journey, right? So that's when I bought my first bit of burrs. If y'all see me carve now, the cut saw burrs I use now were for back in 21, the end of 21 and beginning of 22. That's when I bought my burrs. I only got one set too so far. Cut saw's pretty damn good. They last if you let the burr do the work. They last very well. Hold up pretty good. Stay sharp, all that good stuff. And then you can clean them. You can take and clean them with a torch. People will soak them in acetone, or they'll torch them out. And you torch it and then take a little wire brush and scuff over it. You're good to go. Jordy's the only channel that I pay for. I found Jordy's channel. Let's see. I'm depressed as all get out of. I got that Robin Williams simplex. I'll laugh and carry on and just to make myself feel as happy as I can, right? Or I'm gonna cry like a damn baby if I don't. But I was in a real bad spot in my head before I found Carbon Fusion. Worse off than I am now. And Carbon Fusion, his channel, and then all the people that I met along the way, because he had his YouTube channel, and then he had Carbon Fusion World of Wood Carvers Facebook group was huge. He had that, and I met a lot of people, and it humbled me and put me into perspective and helped me out in my situations, right? Just got me in a better place, and I owe that to his channel, and so yeah, I pay the $1.99 subscription fee, and I'm on a budget. I had $2.50 a month to play with, and that's for anything. If I want sandpaper, any kind of crafting with supplies, my medical marijuana, all that has to come from that $2.50. And so my Suno subscription and Jordy's channel subscription, all that comes out of that. So I never paid for nobody else's, but Jordy's channel I do. Like I said, I wouldn't be sitting right here doing this YouTube stuff in a better head place. It's mainly the headspace, y'all. I owe my head getting myself into a better headspace. I put that to his channel. His channel and the friends I've made along the way. Yeah, I'm a Jordy groupie. I'm gonna scream like a little schoolgirl. I see that. Jordy. That's me. I'm sorry. I got this. I'm a giddy little kid now. This right here, Mr. Jordy Johnson has held this and made it He has created his artwork with this piece right here. This has been in his hand. That bit, he's had that bit going through a piece of wood, y'all. Woo! Ah, it's special. I know. I cherish this tool. It's awesome. And like I said, he's like my hero. All right, y'all. I was rolling me up another motivation stick like I really needed one, but here we go. I'm fixing to start mixing some epoxy. And so I'm gonna mix this up, being I'm going 2 different colors. I normally go 3 colors, you know, so I'll take these 2 little cups and I'll put about the same amount in there, and then that'll leave me about the same amount left here, and then I'll separate my 3 colors, you know. But so we're just doing 2 colors, so I'll use this cup here for one color and this cup for the other. Oh man, I overthink every damn thing. I can't help it. I turned into a worrywart. I can't say my W's and my R's together too good. I turned into a worry. I need to go to speech therapy. I turned into a worrywart too bad. You know, I overthink, and it's like the way my brain fires. You know, if I'm fixing to go do something, in my brain, I've did it 3 different ways, 5 different times, 15 different scenarios. You know, I know the numbers don't add up, but that's how my brain works. You know, so it's like my head's constantly firing. Roar, is it? I can't do it. This is 1-in-1 on mixing, so I just get, you know, half and half. And my cup that I got right here, it's got the lines on it. And then y'all saw earlier, I took my, too much talking in that one. I took my marker and remarked it so I can see it better. These little bottles come with little pumps that you can put on there, and they're cool, and you think it's gonna be just awesome as can be, but let me tell you something. When you're trying to pump out a half a cup of resin, that takes a hot minute. So it's just quicker to pour that shit on out and be done with it. But the pumps are neat. You know about Jordy Johnson? Carbon Fusion, Jordy Johnson. He's a good guy. He is real. He has no filters. And he has, you have to watch him. He's an awesome guy, awesome channel. You have to go back to his abouts videos and watch his abouts, learn about him. He has a traumatic brain injury. And how's he put it? His processor doesn't process normal anymore. He overthinks, and his processor runs wide open. That's why I like his channel. I relate to the guy so much. He's an awesome channel, awesome way of doing stuff. He's very humble. I love the channel. I love watching the guy. I got mad respect for him. As I say, if you go and get into it, go back to his very beginnings. I think he has an about video that will explain his story. And if you can find that video, you got to watch that video for sure. Woo, y'all, my stomach is trying to growl all of a sudden. Like, make me nauseous wanting to growl. I don't eat in the mornings like this. Alright, y'all, now we got to mix this up. It says mix it like 7 minutes or something like that. And then it says I have like 40 minutes working time with this epoxy. Ah, we got a lot more working time than that. That stuff's only 66 degrees and it's got to get up to 100 degrees before I even separate it into the colors. See, I'm not gonna do my pigments until we get ready to do. Let's see. Alright, hey, good morning, Real. Alright, all I'm doing is being boring as hell and fixing to start. There you go, there's Jordy's link. Is that just his channel or is that his about video, Matt? I think he's got an about video. And if he does, y'all got to watch that video. Because then you won't understand him, but you'll understand him. I got an email notification earlier while I was babbling, and I just want to keep my fingers crossed and hope it's that damn laser company saying, yes, sir, what's your address? We want to work with you. Woo, I'd be a happy camper. Happy, 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 happy. But I haven't opened it up yet. Where the magic lies. And this right here is what works on me. I think this is why I don't do as many blanks too, is because stirring this, as silly as that sounds, that pulls on my neck and my shoulders. I know they have those automatic mixers and everything, but that's just more, in my brain, more cleanup and more waste because you have more epoxy sticking to that stuff. And I'm just frugal. But tightwad, y'all, I don't got the money to waste, so I don't want to waste this stuff. I gotta get on Jake Blank's website and buy a couple of blanks from him. And I want to spin some Alumilite. I want to see how Alumilite turns. Because that's, well, hey, you know, I mean, I don't want to think that way, Derek, but I mean, karma is karma, and I try to do good, and life's been steadily kicking me in the nuts, but life kicks me in the nuts constantly. You know, so I can't have the attitude, oh yeah, something's got to go right for me. I'm just trying to stay as positive as I can. And I've tried to keep that positivity a lot here lately. And with that positivity going, just that positive energy, that good vibe. And so you got that good energy, good vibe, good things are gonna happen, right? And so that's the mentality I'm trying to have, you know. It's something I want. I'll get it eventually, you know, but in the meantime, I'm just going to be positive and try. That's all I can do. All right, Jack, you have a good morning, sir. Thank you for hanging out. Oh, goodness. Hold on here. There we go. Gotta tap them all the time, boss man. They're right above my lace. Thank you so much. My mama didn't see him or she would have tried to take him. Yeah. She come over yesterday. It was above her eyes. That was out of her line of vision. I have to watch her when she comes over. She'll come over and sit down out here, and she's like a little kid in a candy store or something. Her eyes is just bouncing off of everything, because I got projects and stuff that I mess with, and they just scatter everywhere out here. And I'm watching her. I said, I'm gonna frisk you before you leave. I said, I got my metal detector at the door. And she laughed. She said, shut up, boy. So, ooh, your mama likes that. Ooh, I gotta have this. I said, Mama, you would have all my artwork if it was up to you. I wouldn't be able to sell nothing. Well, how much do you charge for this? I said, I can't charge you for my stuff. I can't do that, but I got to sell my stuff. Leave it alone. We pick and play. But you're supposed to mix this until it's good and mixed, and the swirls, you can't see the swirls and stuff in it. But I run it, when I do it, I normally have a timer on my phone, and I'll mix it for about 7 minutes. You know, you scrape the sides real good, scrape the bottom real good, make sure you get it all mixed up, and then I'll set the timer and do it again. You know, but I can't spin that thing a steady 7 minutes. It starts cramping up my arm, my neck. You know, and then it's also, I go off a temperature. I got old Home Depot, Harbor Freight temperature gun, and I just shoot the epoxy. See, we're at 68. You know, it started at 66. You know, we're slowly climbing up, and I'll mix and stir. And some people say you ain't supposed to over stir it, but I don't know. I said, I'm learning, y'all. This is the way I've been using this epoxy since I've had it. I haven't used any other brand but this. And this is my second batches of it, I guess. And this is the brand it is. Sebgelli or whatever. It's just some cheap stuff off of Amazon. But I want to try Alumilite, but I don't want to buy the stuff unless if I can't turn it, I don't want it. And some people say some stuff turns different than other stuff, and I've never messed with nothing but this stuff. So I want to go to Jake Thompson's website. He sells blanks and stuff like that, and he uses Alumilite. So I figured I'd buy a blank or two of his and then see how they turn. And if I like how it turns, then yeah, because I'm getting low on this. I got to get some more. Alumilite, the stuff I want, the option to buy it's like $100, you know, so I don't want to spend $100 on something and it not be something I can use or not like, you know what I mean? And then you can see mixing this and stirring this up, you get 1,000,000 bubbles in it. And that's why I run it through a pressure pot, because the pressure pot's going to get all those bubbles down. I don't have the vacuum. You can run it through a vacuum chamber and degas it, but you're still going to get bubbles when you pour. And so the pressure pot will help get the bubbles going. Epoxy drip sick, smoother than a vinyl. Grumpy got the recipe, soul's archival. Art in the mist, anti-pain revival. Aliens and shadows, tools. Almost 70 degrees. It's a stoner's dream. Workshop mystic, hands craft the supreme. Epoxy holds truths tucked in the machine. Therapy's a lace spin, roaches in the clip. Grains in the finish hit, meditators trip. Fog on the horizon, blurred lens to grip. Smoke signals rise in the alien ship dips. Eyes burning, medicated smoke swirling. Chronic pains, ghosting, anxiety. We're gonna have some neon. This stuff's gonna be dark. A hymn to the twisted vibe. Hit the bell, join the tribe, keep the spark alive. My ear might be neon purple too. I think I just scratched my ear and I think I have neon on my finger.
Smoke signals rise and the alien ship dips. Eyes burning, medicated smoke swirling.
And then this color is what played with the neon and made that stuff go muddy. That's what, damn. I want it to glow though, so bad. Huh. Wonder what the purple would do in the black. I wonder if that would just cancel each other out. With the glow, I wonder if the glow will actually react. Oh, fuck it. We'll redo it. That's all we can do. If this don't work out, we'll make another set minus the glow, right? I want it to glow.
Epoxy dreams crafted in fluorescent mazes. Workshop therapy, sawdust coated phase. Aliens peeking through interdimensional gaze. Eyes burning, medicated smoke swirling. Chronic pains ghosting, anxieties unfurling. Craftsmanship,
the blank is still going to be a blank when I'm done. It's still going to harden up and be able to be turned. It's just it might not have the color I want. So what's the worst? The worst is just make some more. We got to make more anyway, right? I need some resin where I can pour it in. They have deep pour, but yeah, that is one thing. You have to look at that and keep that in mind, because some of it will cure too fast or it won't cure right, and it gets wonky when it cures. I don't think this is deep pour, but the way I pour it, oh, we're at 71. The way I pour it and doing those blanks, you know, it's only about 7/8 thick, so it's not necessarily deep. And then I'll pour half of this into the cup, and then once I do that, I'll dump my black pigment in here, and we'll mix this up with the black. Being that's in the bigger cup, I got a bigger stir stick, so we'll be able to stir that up. These are bigger, so I try to wipe these off real good when I'm done, and then let them cure. That way I can reuse them. The little ones, I just throw them away. Ow, I hit my head.
Grumpy turns to laid, the resin spins wild. Epoxy roach clips, creativity compiled. Workshop smells like sawdust dreams. Aliens in the mist, we're chasing light beams. Eyes glazed ruby.
Oh man, yeah, 70 hours a week and then being on salary, they got to be giving me a bonus or something, or I'm fixing to be getting sick. I'm taking some sick time, something. But shit, right now, I would love to be able to work 70 hours a week. I need to be able to work 70 hours a week, but I can't. What do I do? Huh? How do you get in? Adding it to my roach clips. That's where I started with it. It wasn't this kind of resin. It was just like your 5-minute JB Weld epoxy, but clear. Let's see. I have a roach clip that I've showed a couple of times. It's the one it's thin and it's got the swirl all the way around it that's like pink. All my roach clips I used to carve like that, would have those swirls and grooves in them, and I would go through and either stain them and then or burn them and color them different like that. And then I got to where I was trying to put resin in there and fill it up, but I was not introduced to the UV resin at that time. All I had was those epoxies, the little mix-ups. So I would mix up just a little bit and put it on there, and then kind of hold it in place, or kind of hold it at an angle so it wouldn't run, and let that cure. And then would mix up a little more, put in there and let it. I wasted more than I used, so it's like I didn't do but a few sticks like that. And then shortly after is when I got into the carbon fusion, and so basically the epoxy and stuff like that come into play just from getting used to watching Jordy's videos, and then just the community that it grew from, the different channels that I found, different people using different stuff, and like, oh shit, they got UV resin, oh hell, and then epoxy in general, once I started playing on the lathe, you know, epoxy, dry wood, you got to have dry wood, you know, and that's always pain in the butt. Epoxy's always dry once it cures, you know, so that, and then colors and so much that you could do with it. And so, yeah, my brain, I just kind of hyper focused into the epoxy world. And I still love all the wood grain and everything, but anything epoxy gets my attention. Resin, epoxy, all of that's fascinating to me right now. And then with my roach clips, you know, the different colors, you know, stoners, you know, pretty colors, psychedelics, glow in the dark, anything bright like that. And it all just kind of played in with the roach clip scene, you know. That's why my burn boards and everything, that's why I used the black light paint and stuff like that, was the kind of my general market audience, or whatever you would say. That's who I was trying to cater to, was the heads and the stoners and stuff like that, you know. Don't get me wrong, people that don't smoke, I love y'all, everybody's awesome, but my kind of people, that, you know, for my anxieties, I just feel more comfortable and can relate when I get in a group of people like that, you know. And so still got my anxieties, but I feel a little more comfortable, you know. And then having all my, I don't know, it's crazy. But that's how I jumped into the epoxy. You know, I went with the resins and the epoxies because it's just so versatile. So you can do so much. And then your carvings, Jordy even done that with his wood spirits and stuff like that. He's carved wood spirits and had the negative space in the wood spirits, but has filled that with epoxy, and it's carved out epoxy. Those pieces look so flippin' awesome, you know. But with me buffing that epoxy out on a carving, I haven't gotten good on that yet. I need to get the little buffing wheels and the sanders and take more time, but you lose a lot of detail and stuff when you start sanding and buffing that stuff down. But there's just so much you can do with it. I've been watching Amy and oh man, Amy and her blooms, that is flipping just, I love that. You know, that's one thing. My wife almost got some of those blooms. I was gonna buy her some for Christmas and stuff, and I was like, I want to hold off, because I could tell stuff was off between me and the wife. So it's like I wanted to make that big, awesome, romantic gesture, but at the same time, I felt that it was gonna be for nothing, and I was right. It would have been for nothing. So yeah, I'm glad I didn't waste my money on that. But I definitely want some of her work. But yeah, the wife loves carnations, and the way her blooms, she does her blooms, so many of those things look like a freaking carnation pressed into that resin every time. And it's like, how do you do that, you know? It's awesome watching it. Let's see, I mixed this up about 10 after, and it's 22 after. We're at 76 degrees, and I've been mixing it. It's well mixed up. There's no resin that hadn't mixed up thoroughly. And I got 1,000,001 bubbles in there to prove it. But see, if I had a vacuum chamber, I would need a bigger container, because when you degas it, it bubbles up like a soda fizzing. And so you put it in there and it'll bubble up, and it pops all the bubbles, you know, and then it's settled. And then I still have to separate it and mix it in my colors, and it's gonna bubble up again. And that's why it goes in the pressure pot. Right? The UV resin is cool. Dude, you get into fishing and stuff like that, you need to watch some of these other channels. You'll be making a damn lure channel. You'll be making your own lures and shit before you know it. You can take these epoxies and stuff like that, and this resin and everything, and you can make your own mold. You pour you a chunk like this, you know, shape it up with a Dremel, sand it down smooth, put your hook your eyes in there and stuff like that, you know, hook, you got your little crankbait, You know, put you a spoon there. Then you play with your spoons. You know, okay, well, I want it to go this deep. So you make you a smaller bill. You widen out your, dude, there's so much you can do when it comes, man. Telling y'all, ping pong ball on meth up here. It don't slow down. But yeah, there's so much that you can do with the epoxy and the resin, and then you can incorporate that into everything. Fishing lures, carvings, pins, roach clips. The possibilities are endless. That's what my herbal does. My herbal slows that ping pong ball down. There's a bunch of channels out there too. Look into it. They're making their lures. You could probably find 15 or 20 lure making channels, easy, and they'll show you. They'll have daggum that hard plastic, and they'll take and cut in that hard plastic, you know, and get half a side dipped down, you know, and they'll make their stuff. Let me show you. Daggum, y'all got me doing all kind of stuff. I love y'all. I'm not complaining by no means. I'll just show y'all. I ain't kidding. Every one of them jigs is homemade. That's all lead that's been melted around hooks and deer hair that's been stained and dyed. Every one of them's homemade. You can do it. And that's just lead. That's out of lead and hook right there. Now that was back when I was a punk ass teenager. But them are old. I tell y'all, I had a fishing box sitting right here, and I wasn't kidding. I ain't put a hook in the water in 15 years, but my hooks have been at my feet for these 15 years, and I think about them every day. These are old. Don't be talking crap about my stuff. No, this is old, but you're not going to buy this. Now, some of this you're going to go buy. Some of these right here, these are store-bought shit right here. This right here, this ain't store-bought. This is grumpy, laid-back carbons that are built. They're rusty. They ain't no good no more, but I made these when I was a young guy. We put the hook down. We took the wire. This piece of wire was about 6-7 inches long, if not longer. Wrap it into the eye of the hook. Then you take you got your lead, your piece of metal, your mold basically. And you set your hook and your wire in your mold. You close it up. You got your opening. It's on this end. You pour your hot lead in there, and there you got your jig head formed up. So you take your mold and you carve however shape you want your jig head to be. You know, you balance it out so you can try to get your weight in there. But you get it set up, you know, and then you got so many skirts and shit that you can buy in bulk. You got so many spoons and stuff you can buy in bulk. Swivels you can get in bulk. Look, we ain't just swiveling it. We got the beads in there for some extra flash and noise. Got more beads. You get the little crankbait buzz baits going, popping them, making noise. You know, all this stuff is homemade. I made every bit of that. And caught bass on every one of them. If I hadn't caught a bass on it, I wouldn't have kept it. You know, I used to fish and I loved to fish, but I conflicted. All this right here comes from the biological side of my family. All right, they were sorry ass people when it come to being parents, but as an individual that you know, they was pretty cool. I made that one. That's another deer head jig that I did, you know. So yeah, but my stepdad raised me. My biological side of my family, they didn't have shit to do with me. I didn't meet them until I was of age to drive and go down there. And that's when I started doing this stuff. I guess that was their way of trying to bond to me and connect to me, because my biological grandpa did all this. That's what he did. He was into the saltwater jigs and I was into the freshwater stuff. But I stopped doing that because I felt that I was disrespecting my stepdad, you know. And when my stepdad passed away, I pretty much quit fishing because that was something me and him did. But then my biological family, they lived on the water down there. They fished daily, you know. And so it's like in my head, if I dealt with the biological stuff, I felt that I was doing my dad wrong. And my dad, when I say my dad, that was my stepdad. That man was my dad. He raised me from 7 years old until the day he died. Put up with my craziness, whole 9 yards, you know. But that's why I quit doing the fishing and stuff, you know, because when he passed away, it's like, damn, I felt like I was disrespecting him if I did, because he liked the live fish bait. He didn't like lures and stuff like that. He was the one that taught me how to use the cast net and go after the bull minnows and the mullets and the shrimp and stuff like that for bait, and fish with the sinkers and stuff like that on bottom with live bait and whatnot, you know. And then, like I said, the biological family, they were lures and stuff. So yeah, to stop that internal battle in my head, I just put the fishing poles in the shed. I never put them in the water again. You know, my dad died right before my wife got pregnant, you know, so my son never met my dad. And then I quit fishing pretty much shortly after, and then my sister-in-law and my nephew come in town one year and wanted to go fishing, so we broke out the fishing stuff then and went to a private lake, and that was the last time I went fishing. My boy was like 5 years old. He don't even remember going fishing. So, but watching PK and all y'all with the fishing channels and stuff like that, it's been giving me the bug to get back out into it. So I finally went and got my fishing license. I'm disabled, so it don't cost me nothing to get my license or nothing no more. So it's like I finally said, you know what the heck? I drove to the DMV and said, yeah, I want that free license. So I got all kind of licenses right now, you know. And so now it's just taking the next step is go get the poles wet. I dug 2 of them out of the shed the other day. I'm looking at my ultralight and my lightweight, but I figured the reels is all boogered up, you know. But that's part of Crazy Grumpy. But yeah, anyway, we squirreled onto that because of the epoxy and the lures and all, and I just wanted to show y'all there's all kind of stuff you can do with the lures. And that's where my roach clip ties come from. That tie right there that I do on my clips, I picked that up from my biological grandpa. He suggested that too, because I showed him my clips and stuff, because he showed me all the stuff he done. I said, that's funny. I said, I work with my hands too, but I make roach clips. I was making them when I was flipping 16. As I tell y'all, I've been making roach clips for years, you know. I can't tell you how many roach clips I've made, you know. But I don't know. Grumpy's crazy, y'all. I would love to get back into the lures and all that. It's just more money, you know. I got to get, I don't have the molds and stuff and the hot plates and stuff like that to make the jigs and melt all that down. That was all stuff he had in his shop down there. So I would go down there, and that's when me and the wife split up the first time. I was trying to connect with my real family, and my biological dad was just a fucking goofball that wanted to party and get in trouble. And I said, oh, I can do that too, you know. And so it separated me and the wife a little bit here and there, you know. My own stupidity, but you know, it happened. But yeah, I would make the lures and stuff and do all that down there. It was cool. I learned a lot, and I mean, and I don't, let's see, got mixed emotions, you know. I can't say I hate. That's a word that I want to get out of my vocabulary and out of the existence. But I hate them people. You know, they never wanted to see me. You know, I grew up feeling like they hated me and shit like that because they wanted nothing to do with me, as I so-called felt, you know. And then when I started going down there, I was 16 because I had my driver's license and could drive, you know. And so I knew where they lived my whole life. And I drove down there, and they're like, oh, I'm inside talking to them, and they're acting like, yeah, I ain't never going nowhere. Like it was just yesterday. And I'm like, well, okay, that's cool. Nice people. It's just the family priorities, you know. Putting your foot up your son's ass to make him do good with his kid, they lacked in that. And so I didn't respect them for that aspect, I guess. 82, I ain't forgetting about this, y'all. I have to let it get up to temperature before I separate it, or it won't. And it heats up better all together. If I separate it into 2 separate cups, it takes longer for it to heat up. But hell, the biological dad, nice guy, cool to hang around with, funny, easygoing, but just when it come to doing his priorities and what was important, that judgment he did not have. And then I had resentment towards the grandpa, because in my eyes, the grandpa should have kept his foot broke off up his ass and made him do the right thing. But they didn't do it. Understandable. Thank you. Oh, I would have fun once I got out there and do it, but at the same time, I'm going to cry and bawl like a little baby because I'm going to miss my dad. You know, that was one thing. Anytime I go across saltwater or go across the bay or 4th of July or his birthday, that was something we would always do. I'd always go fishing with him and stuff, and we'd make a day out of it. And man, I just want to go fishing with my dad again. But it is what it is. I got to get out of that stupid thinking and go have fun. Because he wouldn't want me to not go fishing. He'd be thumping me in the head. You stupid little son of a bleep, bleep, bleep. Get your butt out there and go fishing. Yeah, get your mama some fish, boy. You know. I used to do flies before I started doing the lead jigs and stuff, because and then the biological grandpa, he's the one that gave me all the corks and stuff and got me into doing the flies, because I didn't have the setup to melt the lead and stuff at home. And so he gave me a paper bag. He said, here, try this. And he said, you do fly fishing? And I said, no. So he set me up with a fly rod and a reel and everything and a handful of corks and all the little light hooks and stuff. And I'd go through and I'd split the cork and set the hook down in there, you know, and then shave the cork down to about the size you want, and then wrap the fuzz and the hair and stuff around the cork. And I mean, I had some little flies that looked like the stuff you'd buy out of a magazine or out of a store. But I could not fly fish worth a flip, and we really don't have nowhere open enough down here for me to try. But I'd get out in the yard and practice, and I'd get the fly out so far, and then every time I try to get it a little bit further, I wrap that sucker around my ear. There'd be so much line flying and popping, I'd end up whipping myself and hooking myself up. So I made the lures, but I never really got into the flies and the fishing with those. Like I said, spinner baits and buzz baits. I don't have any of the old buzz baits because they all broke. Yeah, y'all go check out Roger's channel for sure. He does some awesome lathe work. He does a lot of spindle work, and his shorts has a lot of his decorative work in there. It's pretty cool stuff. Thank you for coming in, Roger. I hope you're doing good, brother. But yeah, the biological grandpa, he stayed on the piers with all his little jigs. He'd sit out there with all his tools, throw all his poles out, and he'd have him 15 or 20 rods set up, but he'd sit there and tie jigs and stuff while he was waiting for stuff to bite. And he'd sell his jigs to people. He'd give them away mostly. Everybody knew him. I always be puffing. I ain't got nobody to pass to no more. Don't nobody come over and smoke. COVID kind of ruined that social circle. My mom's, she'll hang out every now and then. She burns with me. But yeah, the ex-wife, she never smoked. I guess that was always a good thing because that left more for me. Yeah, see, this stuff takes forever to heat up, y'all. Alumilite. Jake Thompson uses Alumilite. And his stuff, he mixes up. He don't have much time. He's mixing. He's done 2 or 3 mixes and put them in the pressure pot in the time I've done this right here. So you can't go off epoxy and think, oh yeah, I'm gonna have an hour to play with it. It all works different. And this stuff here just takes a hot minute. That's kind of why I want to switch my resins and stuff too. But that Alumilite, that stuff, it's expensive. It's like $100, and I think that gets you a gallon total. So you get like a half gallon of A, half gallon of B, and theirs is weight based. So you have to mix it weight wise. All right, Real, you have a good day, buddy. I'm gonna be babbling for a little while. Like I said, I'm here until I get this done. I need to check. Ooh, it's 7:40 and my epoxy's still low. I need to get the dogs out real quick and make sure my boy's up. Big dog ain't at the door, so he might still be asleep. Nope, he's in the bathroom. Big dog's still in bed. Oh, she's in his bed. Come on, Sparrow. Where's Pepper? Come on. Oh, man. Oh, come on. There's Pepper. Go. Leave him alone. Go. Go. Stop right. Good gracious. You talking about fucking Humpty Dumpty goes tumbling down. Whew. Crazy dog. She's black. Damn lights are out. Can't see that shadow too good. Walking down the hallway. Come on, go. Go. I don't have time to play. Walking down the hallway to let him outside. She gonna stop and stretch in the mid-walk. I damn near tripped right over her big old butt. Crazy dog. I gotta check my epoxy. This is my luck as soon as I stop, because it's not heating up and let them out. That stuff's gonna start heating up. 87 degrees. We're getting there. Once it starts getting close to 90, it starts climbing in temperature a little bit quicker. So I don't have a lot of time, but they ain't been out this morning, so they need to go pee at least. Come on, go be good boy. Go. Go be good girl. Go be good girl. Go be good boy. Come on, go be good girl. You ain't got long. Y'all better hurry up. Y'all gonna be sitting out there waiting on me. That's it. Once this stuff hits about 95, I'll start separating it to the 2 containers and then mixing my colors up. And then by the time I get those mixed up, it'll be ready to pour into the tubes. Then we can lock it in the pressure pot. Ooh, and I need a coffee refill. I'm almost out of my coffee. Come on, let's go. You're just standing there. Come on. Y'all done your stuff. Let's go. Come on. Come. Pepper. She gets 2 steps from the door, moving fast, and puts the brakes on and starts turning her head, sniffing. She squirrels just like her daddy. She's like me with people too, y'all. I can go into the house, walk inside, she's fine. She's laying on the couch. She'll look at me, but she don't do nothing. I'll walk inside and pick up my cane, because when I pick up my cane, I'm walking out the door. Walking around in the house, I have a lot of stuff close so I can put my hands on stuff and have support if I have those spasms. But as soon as I pick up my cane, she'll rush to the window and start growling and wanting to bark. And I'm like, there's nobody out there, you crazy. And then I walk out the front door and she just goes to barking. I mean, nothing out in the yard. She don't like me going out of the house. She's like my shadow. She wants to be glued to my side. It's supposed to be the wife's or ex-wife's dog, but that's my damn dog. Hey, good morning, Maddie. How are you doing this morning? Oh, ran out of coffee. That's not good now. That's like gotta throw the slippers on and go to the Dollar General or something. Or at least hit the convenience store and get some of that daggum convenience store gas or coffee. Okay, we're at 90 almost. Getting there, y'all. We're gonna do black and the purple. And see how they separate. Yeah, well, it's the energy. That's it. Mine feed off my energy. I have anxiety, and so if somebody's outside or something like that, I guess my anxiety peaks anyway. I might not feel it, but dogs are super sensitive to that stuff, right? So I guess she senses as soon as I'm going to be going to that door. So she jumps up in the window and starts roofing and doing her little guard dog deal. But then when I walk out the door, she is just raising Cain. She's standing on the back of the couch up in the windowsill and just barking. A whole neighborhood could hear her. Hey, Sherryberry, good morning. Oh, we're at 92. See, it starts to jump quick. Come on. Aliens floating, Grumpy's got the sight. Imagination is a spark burning all night. Cool thing about the plastic cups is you can actually see the mix as you're mixing. That's always kind of better. All right, now we're gonna throw a good bit of mica, the black mica in there. Oh goodness, that's a lot. Come on, I don't want that much. I do, but I don't. There we go. This is where I start trying to kind of hustle a little bit because it's like it's at 90, so I don't have a whole lot of time. Oh, and I got epoxy running down the side of this, so my gloves just got all sticky. Glasses. Put my glasses on my head. Got to get all that mica mixed up good. That's the worst about it. That's like even if you put this through a bubbler and degas it, you got to bubble it all back up mixing your color. And the key thing I've learned from Jake is if you don't want to be a see-through, if you can see the wood when you mix your colors, then if you don't want it see-through, add more mica to it. But I put a good bit of mica in this right off the bat. And so, like there you can see it, but on there, that should not be, basically it's not going to be see-through. It's not going to be translucent. I don't want it translucent because I do sometimes, but if you're making it into a pin blank, I don't want that translucent because if you do, you're gonna see your tubes in your blank. This is an alcohol wipe. I'm trying to get some of this epoxy off so I'm not making a sticky flipping mess everywhere. And this is the neon purple, but I put that neon or that purple glow powder in there too. And this neon pigment, it likes to stay clumped together. So you gotta mix it good. But it is awesome when it's mixed in good. But it's getting warm, y'all. Goodness gracious. I want to shoot it with the temperature gun, but that's just going to slow me down. Yes, alcohol wipes are like the best thing to use. Scrape your sides and your bottom. I have a pile of paper towels pulled out beside me, ready, but like you said, the alcohol. you hit that epoxy with this dry paper towel, you'll get the bulk of it up, but you're gonna smear that mess every damn where. Oh, see, that's I don't know if y'all can see that if I'm in camera. Hey Steve, good morning, buddy. Mixing up some blanks. That's the thing with the neon though. That neon pigment likes to stay clumped. Woo. All right, what temperature we got? Ooh, 92. Separated them some so they're slow. Ooh, 94. Oh, I said 88. How do we go from 92 to 88? 93. Okay, 93.5. Ooh, don't fall. Neon. We need to stir the neon better. See, there's clumps of it on the sides right there. Oh, that neon stays clumped up so much. Break apart, we say. It's okay when it's real dark. You know, you're not going to see the clumps, but if it's just a little translucent, then they're going to be little dark specks, you know. And then it might spin out like an air bubble because it's not mixing up so good. So when you hit it with the lathe, if you cut into it, it might be powdery and give you a gap. I don't know. That's what I'm assuming. And then we got some glow powder in there, so I don't know if that neon's gonna bury the glow to where you can't see it, you know. So that was a trial run. I put some glow in that other set of neons and they came out, but there was more glow powder in those. But they also mudded up, you know, and I don't want this to mud up. I want this to actual pop black and purple.
Shavings fall with dust in the air. Lace spins slow like I just don't care.
Ooh.
Crafting faces, spirits taking form.
And I wanted to see if Jake Thompson will make me a baby fun funnel. I'll pay extra. He uses so much resin at one time. I don't use that much resin at one time for my blanks. I guess whenever I get my stuff set up better, I will. But for now, I don't. $95. What do we need to do? Where are they at? Sorry for that if that was in the microphone. Trying to pull out my old lighter molds. I haven't used them in a while. I'm gonna use those if I have it. I know I'm gonna have extra resin, but I'm gonna pour them off in here instead of in that cup. Or at least one. That cup's about full, so I think I'll be able to fill up 2 of these. This is what I use. Jordy Johnson turned me on to these with his channel. He done them. I don't know. You pour your molds out of that, you get your little lighter molds in there, and then you can carve them or leave them plain, but I like carving them. So yeah, I'm still at it. It takes this epoxy a while to get there. We should be there now though. I need to be pouring anytime. I'm trying to let it get a little warmer so my colors, I don't want that black and purple to blend. I want them to stay separate. So 100 degrees is ideal with Alumilite. That's what Jake Thompson works with. So I've always based my numbers on that. But I have let this get up to 118 before I poured it before.
Grumpy's hands carved through the night. Medication rolled up tight. Aliens in the backyard glow. He's got secrets we'll
But once you start getting in these 90s and the higher numbers, it starts heating up faster.
to ease his mind. Truth he's hiding hard to find. Batshit crazy, maybe so.
See, that's at 97. Yeah, we fixing to pour. Just gonna go with it. Once I start getting to 100, I get nervous. I know I can get higher, but I just start getting nervous. I don't want it to set up on me.
Alien smile, the carvings come.
You know, I said it's just this stuff's not cheap, you know, so I don't want it to go bad or set and waste it.
Grumpy's carving through the strain. Axes dance.
The pouring part, y'all aren't really gonna be able to see that good. I'm not set up to show y'all me doing that because I can do it on the box. It's just as hard. I need more room. All right, we got the compressors charged up and ready for the first round. Because once I put them in there and start putting pressure to it, the air compressor is going to kick back on and be noisy for a few minutes. It's hard for me to see how deep I'm going in there with the epoxy, how deep it's getting in the pipes in here, because I can't hardly look down at what I'm doing. Get this out of the way in case we have a boo-boo. Those right there. Those right there. We'll pour these and stir them. I'm just gonna stir them with my bigger stir stick this time. I've been using a little jagged wire and mixing around, but it mixes it and then sometimes it don't. I don't want to over mix it. That's just it. This is all trial and error, you know. And the mixing and stirring and trying to get the swirls and all that. I say I'm gonna use my bigger stir stick and then here I am fixing my little wire, getting it bent up, because I don't know what I want to do, y'all. 95, 96, 94. I think that's part of my ADHD. I lose track of time once I start doing something. I'm nervous about doing my lives and I get tongue-tied sometimes and I get anxious and all, but it's like once I start doing something, I zone off and it's like, what's time? You know, it's there, I know it's there, and I have shit. That's why I have a lot of alarms go off. You know, it's, oh, it's this time, I gotta stop, be ready. You know, I got alarms out the butt to try to keep me in line. It's for the cosmos and infinite thickness. Energy flows where that resin hardens. Spaceships hover over backyard gardens. Subscribe to the madness, channeling stars. Grumpy's world unravels, Jupiter and Mars. Therapy in the etch, every carve's event. Truth in the art, dollars only supplement. Because I don't like to be late for stuff, so I'll leave early and be sitting somewhere. Hey, old pal. I'll leave early and be sitting somewhere for 30 minutes waiting on an appointment versus being 30 minutes late. Getting late, running late, that does not work with that anxiousness. I get that rushed, anxious feel, and that messes me up for the day. And these alcohol wipes. Insurance buys them. Gotta love it. I don't use that stuff for nothing. I had that stuff for a couple of years, and my sister-in-law was talking to me about it. She's, you need to use that. That's what it's for. And I was like, well, it's gonna make sure that regardless, your insurance is your insurance. It's your benefits. You pay for it. Use it. And so I started looking at the little shop, and I'm like, dang, I can get me a brace for my wrist. I can get this. I can get that. So, ooh, I can get gloves. I can use gloves. And so, yeah, that's what I do. Yeah, my scale that I got for my postal stuff, it's a kitchen scale. It comes from the insurance stuff from their site. All that stuff, man. So, yeah, I'm gonna use it. I got a nice one of those, what is it? What do you call them? I guess your smartwatches and stuff do all that now, but I don't have any of that. Like your Fitbits or whatever. You check your blood, monitor your blood pressure, your pulse rate, you walking, calories, and all that mess you burn. They have a couple of nice ones, but I gotta stack the insurance up for a damn near a year to get one of them. All right, y'all. Let's see. Damn. See, I don't have enough room right here pouring, and y'all can't see what I'm doing because I have it pulled up on top of me anyway. Let's see. Ooh, turn the camera up. Maybe y'all can see this. I don't know. Y'all might be able to see that in the chair. I gotta be able to look down at what I'm doing, y'all. But I'm just gonna pour a little bit straight in from the top. I got the black going in. I'll put so much black in each tube. Then I'll come back and pour a little bit of purple. And then I'll do that each tube. And then I'll go back and forth with the colors. And I try to pour 2 colors at one time sometimes, but I just have such a small opening that I'm having to pour this epoxy into. So that's what makes it hard on mixing the colors. So I have to kind of layer them in there this way and then take that stir stick and go down in there and just aggravate it a little bit to kind of swirl and mix it, you know. And then other than that, it's let it sit in the pressure pot and let the epoxy do what it's gonna do. So that's what I say, they're gonna do what they wanna do sometimes, and then just letting it heat up is what keeps the colors from mudding together and mixing up. You know, if they were colder, then they'll blend together and then just gonna make one color instead of it being 2 colors. But hopefully, they'll stay separated and they'll swirl good and they'll pop. And you'll be able to tell it's the black and then it's the purple, because they're both dark colors, and if they bleed together, then it's, you know. And we won't know until this time tomorrow. That's the fun part about it, is you don't know for a little while. And then having to rotate colors back and forth to fill the pipe up like this, you know, letting it heat up, it's heating up even more in between each little pour, you know. So it's like you gotta move, and you gotta move with it quick, I guess, once you get to a certain temperature so it don't set up on you. That's why I want one of the fun funnels, because then you just dump them all into the fun funnel, pull the cap off, and then you're pouring all the colors at the same time, but they're separated, you know what I mean? It's I don't know. They have the little cups that you can buy like that, but I think the fun funnels will work better than the cups. getting close to the tops on these, and then I have to give myself room to push that stick down in there to stir it, because that's going to, you know, force the resin towards the top of the mold. Displace the resin as you know, poking the stick down in there. Oh shit, missed. Oh, come on, go. Make them bubbles, go. There you go. It's thick, y'all. Trying to put some in this lighter case right here. I don't think we're gonna be too successful on the lighter cases. This stuff's too warm.
Epoxy drip like tears from the moon's face, carving out demons, every line leaves a trace. Lighter cases sparkle like galactic chimes, roach clips hold dreams from other times. Grumpy's mind twist, that shit insane. Therapy with a blade slicing through pain. Aliens whisper your vibes just right. Hit that like they beam up your night. Hand steady but the thoughts go wild. Wood grain bleeding stories so beguiled. Medication roll but ain't for the sickness. It's for the cosmos and infinite.
Yeah, it's too thick. I can't get it. Give me the stir stick here. Alright, going down in there and stirring it around.
Channeling stars, Grumpy's world unravels. Jupiter and Mars.
Down and down. Ooh, that stuff's hot. I will have bubbles. Damn it.
Glowing bright, the pieces echo lives unseen. Alien sipping espresso in a carved canteen. Grumpy's mind twist, that shit insane. Therapy with a blade slicing through pain. Aliens whisper, yo, this vibe's just right. Hit that light, they beam up your night.
It's in the pressure pot. And I gotta tighten the lid down. This stuff's getting thick, y'all. I don't think I goofed around on it on this one, pouring it in there. Got hot, but like I said, once it gets to that 95 number, that stuff starts climbing a little bit. And then trying to pour the two colors one by one, that slows you down on filling your molds up. And then dinking with them lighter cases slowed me down a little bit. Tightening my pot down. Close the valve off. It's gonna get noisy for a minute, y'all. And I fill this up to about 65 psi. It's just too you. I haven't done a lighter in a minute. And this stuff hot. That compressor gets too much pressure, it's got a blow off valve on there. It'll blow off before it gets too much and it explodes on me. That's why it's okay if I ain't watching.
Create and thrive.
See, it just pops, so we're good. We might have made that mix okay, yo. Who knows, it might be all right. And then this lighter case, it should be okay. It's not going in the pressure pot by no means, but I never put the lighter cases in the pressure pot. I just make sure it's somewhat level. And so hopefully these colors, I didn't make too big of a mess today. But hopefully these colors will work out and not bleed together. That's the main goal, is if they just, I want them to swirl and marble and all that kind of stuff, but I just don't want them to straight up bleed up like your water cup from your paintbrushes, you know what I mean? Turn to mud. For peace, no fancy complicity. And then I'll just let it cure on that and it'll peel out of that and I can wash that and reuse it. This, I might be able to salvage and it peel out of there, but most likely not. You can buy those in bulk because they got all the numbers and marks on the sides for mixing. But I like these because I don't have to rebuy them. We'll move this off to the side. And then the epoxy in the cup and everything, when it does peel out or cure up, it'll be little pucks in the bottom. And so I'll take that and peel them out. And I keep all that, like I said, I'm saving all those because you can take and mix them in with fresh epoxy and stuff, and it just blends in with it and blends in seamlessly and gives you all those extra colors and stuff without having to waste or mix up other stuff. So what do they say? Waste not, want not. So I try not to waste anything. Or I'm just a hoarder. Take your pick, but either way it works out in my favor. Excuse me. Oh, I got to get some more resin, y'all. I have maybe 3 more blank setups, and then I'm out of my resin. That's not a good thing, yo. I need to put this somewhere so it don't get knocked over. Everything feels right. Carving through the chaos, steady hands and grit. Epoxy dreams born in the glow of the lit. Shapes take form with a story to share. Find your light, it's waiting right there. Grumpy's laid back carvings all through the night. Each one unique, glowing. And then I don't have a video dropping today. I went to record my video yesterday and was doing good recording it. I was like, hell yeah, we're gonna have us a good video. Was spinning a nice clip. I'll show y'all the clip. I'm not done with it, but I was spinning and was making me, I was zoning out in my work and it was making me tired. You know, I wasn't falling asleep here, but I was damn near falling asleep trying to spin a roach clip. It was just, I zone out into it and just relaxing and stuff. So turned everything off, paused the recording, went in the living room, walked around, come back out here, getting back into it. And forgot to hit the record button. So I did like half the clip, polished it down halfway and didn't have it recording. I was mad. I hit the button, started recording, finished recording it and all, but then, you know, like I said, I lost that, I don't want to put a half butt video out there, you know, so it's like I could edit it and just put it in there and it's, oops, missed footage, but I've been so crappy on getting my videos out, I don't want to put a crappy video out on top of that, so. No video, but I'll get it. I'll get this one out there. I don't have the dog none this week, so. I will close my YouTube, silence my notifications, and record and edit. So I have no distractions and no squirrels to chase. Oh.
Subscribe, feel the tribe amplify.
See, I need to take it down a little bit, but I can shave it. I can put it back on the lathe till we're in centers. Get y'all a little squiggly here.
Lathe hum lyrics, beats from the shop. Every turn's a chapter, can't ever stop. Epoxy fumes like a nebula's embrace, building tiny legacies in the smallest space. Each roach clips a trophy, a win on display. Grumpy's got galaxies spinning every day. Workshop vibes where the healing ignites. Epoxy flows, truth shines in the lights. Chronic fades, peace starts to arise. Hit subscribe, feel the tribe amplify.
Stuff moves so slow. That's a little better. Is it washed out? No, that's just my glasses. Oh, that's sticky. Hold on. We don't want to get nothing on no pretty stick. Let's see, where's my alcohol? Where'd it go? Now notice my table is a mess because I slop it. I need to peel the tape off and resand or sand it all down and repaint it, and then put some new tape back in there. I got the tape because I did my dang holes. I did too many holes for the downdraft, and there really wasn't much pressure with the vacuum that I was using. Heck, with the dust collector pulling on there though, I might be able to just leave all the holes open and it pull just as good. But it didn't have enough pull with the vacuum because it was too many. So, alright, it's not sticky no more. Alright, that's what we was spinning yesterday. And it's the neon, the muddy ones, the ones that's got the neon colors, but it went muddy. And that's what I'm hoping that what we just did don't go muddy. I hope it pops, because I have some neon that pops, but like I said, I put glow pigment in this neon, and that's what I think is what made it go muddy. But under the light, you know, it's just, it's awesome. And then it's got a bunch of glow powder in there. But I'm hoping the ones we just poured glow good. I don't know, I put just a little bit in that purple, so we'll have to see. It might not glow as good as this though, but
Workshop vibes where the healing ignites. Epoxy flows, truth shines in the lights. Chronic fades, peace starts to arise. Hit subscribe, feel the tribe amplify. Workshop vibes where the healing ignites. Epoxy flows, truth shines in the lights. Chronic fades, peace starts to arise. Hit subscribe, feel the tribe amplify.
Oh, y'all. I'm sore. I think stress is what's kicked me up this bad to this time, because I haven't been doing no physical nothing. There's a lot of physical stuff I gotta get ready to do, but I feel like I've already done it. Oh, I just about aspirated on coffee. Any of y'all ever use those neti pots? You wash your sinuses out with that saline water or whatever. Oh, I can't do that stuff. My sister-in-law uses those things religiously. I do it to myself naturally. With my throat, and since my surgery on my neck, I'll swallow sometimes and stuff will go up in my sinuses instead of going down my throat. And that's what just happened now. I was trying to drink some of my coffee and it wanted to go up my nose instead of down. Oh, shit. Oh, y'all, we fixing to have some crazy streaming going on too now. I'm setting myself up. Well, I'm not going to tell y'all. It's going to ruin the surprise. I'm going to change up the shop a little bit, right? I'll spill some of the beans. We already know this. You know, once everything settles, I'm going to be able to upgrade a few of my tools and get a few new tools. And so in doing so, I'm going to reorganize my shop completely. There's a lot of junk in here right now. That's just it. It's junk. It's taking up over half my space and all my floor space. And I don't need it, you know. Some of it's stuff like, I have some PVC pipes and fittings and stuff where I was gonna make a grow box to do aquarium plants to propagate different aquarium plants and stuff at one time, and then I still have that set up, and I all kind of junk in the way, and I just need to purge and get it all gone. If it doesn't have to do with my clips or my woodworking, it don't need to be out here. In doing so, I'll set up my stations and stuff and get stuff set up again, and I'll be setting my lighting and whatnot up. Better lighting and stuff for my lathe and whatnot. And so yeah, once we get all that done, we'll have some better lathe videos. But there's gonna be some cool stuff to go with it. But doing that, what I'm babbling through is I'm gonna change up. I'll have my morning lives, and then I want to have like a late night live or something like that every now and then. Like a sure enough grumpy after dark, might be grumpy a little drunk, who knows? Be a little party. We might have to start a separate channel for that. There you go. What to do, the Patreon channels, that's it. The stuff that YouTube can't shut you down or nothing. Be a member stream. Oh. But I do want to set my garage up a little more. I want to get it all cleaned up, get my clutter just decluttered. I don't have no reason for it to be cluttered no more. A lot of my clutterness is, some of it, yeah, I'm a pack rat, but then mentally, I was like, okay, because I've always medicated, self-medicated with the herb, but it's like that's not something I just straight broadcast to my kids. You know, I never did it in front of them, around them. It's not like I sat there and smoked a joint up underneath them or anything like that. Never. And I don't smoke inside. I've always smoked out in my garage. And so as they were growing up, you know, my stuff would always be out here, and I'd have it cluttered because I didn't want them to be able to walk out and see a pack of papers laying down, or didn't want them to walk out and see my pipe or my bong or something. So I would just have so much junk everywhere their damn eyes couldn't slow down and focus on anything, right? You know, so I had that as an excuse as to why I kept it cluttery, but knowing good and well it's just my goofiness in my head, you know. But gonna get it all organized and clean again. And then once I do that, I want to have it set up. You know, I want it to be, I don't know, I'm babbling, y'all, but it's a mess right now. It's a combination between a man cave, my chill room, my workshop, all on top of each other. And I want to be able to kind of separate that. And once I clean it up, I'll be able to do that. You know how Wowie's got some of his crazy lights and disco lights and just the ambiance going on in his background? I want that for my chill section. You know, I need light and everything where I'm working and at my lathe and whatnot. But over here at my computer, when I'm just relaxing or editing or something like that, or just watching other videos, you know, I have one of those big electric balls that you turn on and it's got the lightning flashing all in it, and you touch it and it zaps your hands and stuff like that. I got stuff like that in my bedroom, but I never turn it on because I'm never back there or nothing, but I love that kind of stuff, and I'm always out here, you know. But one, the dust has never been settled out here. You know, even with a dust collector, I have a pile of dust when I'm done just everywhere. And when I get the air thing up in the ceiling, I'm hoping that'll eliminate all this fine dust that settles. And then if I get all that fine dust taken care of, then I'll bring some of my stuff out here and set up. You know, I'll turn my lights and stuff like that on and let them run. And I just look at it as a fire hazard. Right now, I don't need a bunch of hot glass or nothing, or light bulbs with fine dust sitting on top of it. You know, I'll be outside with a dog and have a fireball in here when I walk back inside. No shit, no. See, there goes that worrywart I was talking about earlier. His ass just lives up there. I think he hangs out with Ray Ray. Hey, good morning, Tina. I'm just babbling this morning. I mixed up some blanks for my epoxy, or mixed up epoxy for my blanks, and that takes me a hot minute. And I got that done. And the clip that you see on my table now is one that I was trying to make my video out of for this week, but I didn't record half the footage, so I didn't put the video out. So I have to finish that one still. I had to tune up the bottom, and the tops are still too thick. That one will go back on the lathe before it's done. Lighter cases, burning messages unwrapped. Grumpy, the artisan, his muse stay tapped. Epoxy oceans ripple, waves. And I'm fixing to check my emails, y'all. I'm procrastinating on that too. I'm keeping my fingers crossed that it's that laser company. That would just be awesome. Or somebody wanting some stickers or a roach clip. That would be cool too. And that's another thing. I got my stickers in again. So anybody wants a sticker, shoot me an email. I would love to trade stickers with people if y'all got stickers you want to trade. But if you just want a sticker, I'll send you a sticker too. And it ain't no charge. I'm not charging for my stickers. I can't remember who it was. Somebody tried to pay me. Oh, I give a sticker away at the event the other day, and somebody was trying to pay me for it. And I was like, no, you can have it. But I got 50 more in, so Oh, we're good. Grumpy's got some stickers. Like I said, the sticker mule setup I saw it was either this morning or yesterday. It was 3x3 and it was the squares. She's okay, let her out. She says, Bubba, it's daddy. I gotta see daddy. Love you. Be careful. Have a good day. Don't be rushing. Watch out for idiots. What is it? You hungry? Is it breakfast time? Is it breakfast time? She said breakfast time, daddy. Yeah, that's my sticker there. I like my sticker. Yes, sir. I finally, let me get that up out of there. That's my happy stick. But no, yeah, I finally got the blanks poured and got them in the pressure pot. Now I'm fixing to feed my pups. I'll let them outside and do my thing. I'm about done. That's about it. I don't think I'm gonna get on the lathe this morning. I'm trying to let my neck relax and my back relax. So I need to get my boards and take my boards outside and get some of those prepped to burn. And then I need to finish up these. I keep saying I'm gonna finish these sticks, but I need to sand them. And so I'll probably go outside and sand them after I feed my dogs when I let them back out. I'll send you some more. That's it, EW and Mr. Roy. I might need to send them some extras too. EW's got his on his workboard down there. And so I probably have to, I figure after a while it gets scuffed up or scratched up. If it got tore up and you want another one, the heck, just email me. I'll send you another one. But I have to get some, I gotta get some packages set up, I guess, with some. All right, Matthew, you have a good day, buddy. Thank you for hanging out. I'm not far from shutting down myself, y'all. But, Kill, what was I fixing to say? Squirrel? I don't know. Oh yeah, that's it. I gotta get some addresses. I want to see how much overseas shipping is gonna cost me. That's what I'm getting at. And so I gotta get some of my average packages or something of what I'd be shipping out and see how much they weigh and whatnot and measure. I'm using that pirate ship so I can get my own shipping figured out here at home. And so yeah, I'm curious on overseas prices. And then I gotta see what I have to do custom form wise, being I'm doing it at home. I didn't think about that. Oh no, I'm gonna have to do customs. I'm coming, you. I'm coming. Y'all ain't starving. You're crazy. Why you like? You don't gotta do that. Big dog will sit there and start licking my leg. She'll come up and paw me and lay down when I'm getting ready to feed her and lay down at my feet. And if she don't lay down at my feet, she'll sit there beside me and she sits there and will start sniffing and licking the side of my leg, like she's telling me thank you or something.
I love my fur babies. And this big one, she's more like my therapy dog, my companion dog or whatever. She's not a service dog. She's not trained for that by no means, but
She dang sure knows when my headspace is off.
she'll come pile up on me, push against me, make me play with her. And I said she was supposed to be the wife's dog, though I didn't want another big dog because my 2 boxers, their last days was rough on me, you know, so didn't want no more for a while. But she was like a baby, I guess. She had that baby fever. She wanted that dog bad. And I give in. And got her one for Valentine's Day a couple of years ago. And with me being disabled and being home all the time, she turned into my dog. And then I'm like Dr. freaking Doolittle with animals. Everybody's animals will like me, you know. It's like, oh, he's mean, he's gonna bite you, be careful. Damn dog will be growling at me but want me to pet it and play with it, you know. Same thing with my daughter, her cats and stuff like that. Everybody's animals just gravitate towards me. And I said I call myself Dr. Hillbilly Doolittle. It's funny. You know, I like animals more than I do people half the time. Feeding the pups and doing the coffee refill, yeah. Like I said, I'm probably gonna shut down too, so I got stuff I gotta do and I can't do it all when I stay on live, but I like staying on live and chit-chatting with everybody, but the 28th is gonna sneak up on me fast. I need to finish those 3 clips. The 2 regular wooden ones will be for sale at the event. The walnut one, it's going somewhere else. But I gotta do those. And then when I say get my burn boards prepped up, I have a bunch of plywood boards like this, but they're not sloped off or anything. They're just cut square. And so I'll go out there with my Dremel and I don't have a router to set up for it. So I do it with my Dremel and I'll angle them off and then sand them up and rough them. I distress them. Then I'll torch it and all once I burn it and make it look distressed or whatever. And I have them in different shapes. It's nothing like that. You know, I'll cut that down, angle that around, sand it off, and then that'll be my out. And then I'll torch it, you know, and it'll look like it's burnt and distressed. You know, I do that with a bunch of different boards and kind of shape them up. And then I'll come back later and put my images on there and start burning them and wood burning them. Like that. You know, I did that with my wood burner, you know, not my image, not my art by no means. I got the picture off of Google, but I stenciled it on here. Then I took my little pyrography machine and then went through, and then I did my shading and whatnot. Boom, you got that. And then I torched it, you know, and distressed it to get that look. And then like this one, another image that I got off the computer, but I wood burned it in and then painted it all up, did like that. I'll do a bunch of boards like that of different colors and different pictures and stuff. And then I put the sawtooth hangers on the back of them and I sell those 25 a piece. And so I got to get some more of those made up.
Twisting, you gotta catch the vibe. Roll tight, take flight, the journey just begins. Epoxy kingdom endless with Grumpy and his friends. Alien voices laughing, riding through the
oh my back. I want to do some cedar. I got some of that cedar that Jonathan got me in that box. It's real dry though. I have to sharpen up my daggum my carbides and just be super easy when I'm finishing them. What I'm getting at is the wood so damn dry. Go. She's crazy. Come on, Sparrow, go. when I'm finishing it, I have real small tear outs and stuff if I get too aggressive with it. But it's awesome stuff. I've made a bunch of clips with it so far, but I want to spin some of that down for blanks. My big dog wants to stalk out the door as she goes. But like this is a chunk of that cedar. So I want to go ahead and true it up, turn it round, and then once I get it round, grab it back up and drill it. And then there's some cedar. That's got some pretty color in it right there. But I have a box full of this stuff, and I want to turn those into some blanks. I got a lot of stuff that I want to do. It's just I'm spread out, and you know, I'll do a little bit this, a little bit of that, a little bit of this. I squirrel, y'all. I need to clone myself and get about 5 of me out here, and then just step the heck back, because it's going to be a chaotic mess if I had 5 of me doing stuff all day. But man, I'd get a lot done. But that's just it. There's so much that I do, and I haven't really scratched it with my channel. You know, I could have so much content and keep busy. I just got to keep from squirreling long enough to get some of it into video. I was doing good with my roach clips. I was dropping my videos every Wednesday. I had a perfect routine. But this crap with the divorce and all going on has got me twisted, y'all. I'm all over the place. I can't focus worth the flip. And my routine is shot right now. That's what's messed me up. You know, look at a giant clock. All the gears and stuff everywhere, you know. That's my routine. All them gears running smooth and perfect, that's me. Well, now you break my routine up and you just threw a big old wrench and a steel pipe in the middle of all them gears. I got stuff jumping off a track, not spinning, not doing what it's... That's the best analogy I can give you is about how my brain feels right now. You know, once I get a routine set back, I function so much better. And right now, I don't have shit for a routine. I don't have no wheels. I don't have nothing stable, nothing solid. Everything's different every day. The best routine I can give y'all is that 5:30 live. So that helps me out. Yeah, man, that's it. I sold 2 of them. I sold 2 pieces at the event Friday of those burn boards. That's why I got to get some more together. Is my stock's running out, and I have some mushroom style art, some stuff I drew, and then let's see. That image I drew, that's mine, and I have sold a couple of those already. And I've had a few people say, ooh, I like that. Are you gonna be here such and such time? I might come back and get that. And then somebody else buys it before they come back. You know, so I know it's a popular image. I need to make a couple of those. That's an image that I got off the computer. It had other stuff in it, but I broke it down to just that. And then I add a little bit to it once I put it on the board. I've sold some of those. I drew that out, sold a few of those. I gotta fine tune that. That's a Google image, but I don't have all the rays and everything in there. I gotta play with that with a pencil, pretty it back up, and then put that on a board. I put that on a board several times. That. But those mushroom images like that are nice and popular. A lot of people like those. I've done that on one. I got that image on a couple of boards. But yeah, those burn boards, so I mean, those are
Those do good because you don't have to stay 420. I mean, but they're easy to go psychedelic with, like that mushroom skull and stuff like that. And even the mushroom pictures, you can sit there and once you start coloring them in, just go wild with them. That's what I like.
Subscribe, what more can I say? Stay while the stress carves itself away. Creating magic.
Well, I tried to do, okay, well, with the scheduling and everything, I guess that just goes back to the algorithm stress. You know, everybody says, oh, you got to be consistent, do this and stuff. So when I first started my YouTube, I was more organized for sure because I had my routine and stuff going that was set. You know, I had a set routine, so my headspace and all, I was in a good spot, right? And so I was dropping 2 videos a week. I would drop a Wednesday video and a Sunday video, I think it was. And I even got ahead of time. I had videos uploaded in YouTube and scheduled out a month at a time. You know, I was proud of myself. You know, I'd edit me a video, get it uploaded, and here it is the 1st, and this video ain't gonna play until the 15th, you know, and I had bunches of videos set in there like that, you know, and they say, you know, when you schedule it and let it sit, YouTube has more time to scan it and the algorithm can pick it apart and put it out to more people. And so yeah, I was doing that for a while, and then it got hot and I dropped down to 1 video a week because I couldn't work enough in the shop to keep enough content made. You know, and I was staying on top of that, but then it dropped down to now my crap going on at home with the wife and all, and that got into my head and just got me completely. That and then school, the last school schedule when I started babysitting the grandpug, that's messed me up a little bit.
Stay while the stress carves itself away. Creating magic with each turn we take.
Cause yeah, I was watching my analytics. I was getting good views and stuff for a while, and then I went doing my lives, and yeah, trying to study those YouTube numbers drives me nuts too. So I try not to even pay attention to that. But I want my channel to grow. I want to be able to monetize and see where it'll go.
Each twist and turn melting the pain.
I want to live, I don't just want to survive. And on this damn disability, I'm barely surviving. You know, I want to start making some money and do something again. I'm tired of just sitting.
Like and subscribe, what more can I say?
That's it in a nutshell, huh? Go on, Sparrow. Walked inside and scuffed my foot, scared the little dog. Hey, monkeys. How you doing, buddy? Thank you for stopping by.
The worries break. Yeah.
I'm not, okay, monkeys, do you know the details on that giveaway? How do you enter for that giveaway? Cause Tim's List sent me a video this morning showing it picking a name that's my name, but how did he pick the names? I mean, how do you get entered for his contest? That's what I'm asking. Cause I don't watch, I'm subscribed to him, but I don't watch enough videos. I don't remember entering a contest or anything like that. So what was how did you enter that contest? That's what I'm trying to say. Come on, Pepper. Oh, goodness. As I might have watched a video and commented, but I don't remember. I watched so many flipping videos.
Hell, y'all, my ex-wife's contact was deleted out of my phone the other day, and I don't remember deleting it. I asked her, I said, did you get into my phone and delete your information? No. I said, well, I'm not accusing you, I'm just asking because your contact was straight up gone. Come on, go. You know, so I might have entered to a contest, but if I don't want to claim and say, hey, yeah, here I am, if it wasn't me. Did he just pick random subscribers off of his subscription list? Because I am listed as public, so when I subscribe to somebody's channel, it will show me in their subscription as being subscribed. So if he picked names that way, then yeah, it could be legit, but if somebody entered the contest, there might be another Tim Reed that actually entered, because there are a lot of Tim Reeds out there, and he put the spelling for the name. I saw the spelling was spelled different than my last name, you know, but I had to email him and ask him. I don't want to claim that and it be somebody else that actually won, you know what I mean? I'd feel bad. And then I've subscribed to channels because I have a Tim Reed profile on YouTube, but I don't use it anymore. Once I started using Grumpy, once I started my Grumpy channel, I don't use the Tim Reed channel unless I'm trying to give somebody extra views or something. So I'll get into his thing and email him and ask him. Oh, almost. I'm shooting a slingshot, Bazzy. I got that green one with one of those new bands that you sent me. I like the way that green one's pitched forward. That forward pitch, the band don't slap my knuckles after that new sling. Every time I shoot it, if I don't, you know, rock your wrist forward, that damn band slaps my knuckles. I missed. Let me get back to my chat. Yeah, Grumpy Holland. Yeah, I saw the video. I saw the wheel and everything. But that's what I was just curious is how did he get the names? Was it, because I don't remember, you know, some people will say, comment and say this in my video and you're entered in the contest or something. I don't remember doing that to any video, you know, but I do a bunch of videos like that, so I could have. Yeah, that forward press is pretty cool. Cause yeah, it don't slap my knuckles too much. I'll get a knuckle pop every now and then, but that other one, the straight one, the skateboard deck one, that one will sting me. I guess it's reminding me of them skateboard days. Yes, I'd get myself hurt on a regular. YouTube was totally messed up last night. And like they was getting hacked, or somebody was trying to DDoS them or something, or they was just doing an update and it wasn't going through all the way or something. Oh, my back, y'all. Hey, I was talking about my skateboard stuff that day. I still got it. I used it more or less like a creeper now. When I had to get underneath my vehicles or something, I'd get on my skateboard and go. There, it's old, it's wore out. I put some miles on it now. And I bought this when I was in my 30s. Like a dumbass. I needed a skateboard, right? The Destructo Chuck Spitfire wheels. There's my Spitfire wheels and bearings and the Destructo Chucks. Oh, I do me an ollie right now, probably fall flat on my ass and have to hit 119. Help me, I'm falling and can't get up. Granddaughter says, Grumpy, you can skateboard. I said, I sure can. I went to pull it out. The ex-wife says, you better put that thing up. I said, yeah, you're right. Hey Grumpy, I'll ask Wes for you. He's live. What you want me to say? Oh, Snot. Just ask him. Was that me? Was that Tim Reed, Grumpy LaidBak Carving, or was that a different Tim Reed? You know, I'll get in there, or I'll email him. It don't matter. You don't have to. I can email him. Let's see. Let me see. Open this up. No need to rush. Creativity blooms like a painter's brush. Let's see if I don't crash the computer. Sometimes I'll get too many tabs open doing too much and the computer says nope. I got so many subscriptions over here. It's hard to follow everybody and keep up with everybody. Where's he at? Clips in hand, troubles cascade, wood spirits dancing, under moonlight sway, in Grumpy's laid back, nothing's astray. Oh, I can't even find them. Each carving tells a story, tales left untold. In our wooden realm, hearts are bold. No fuss, no rush, just take your time. Join Grumpy's crew, let's all unwind. Smoke flows easy, anxieties fade. Roach clips in hand, troubles cascade. Wood spirits dancing, under moonlight sway, in Grumpy's laid back, nothing's astray. No, see, I'm not subscribed. I was subscribed to him at one time. That's why I can't. That's got to be somebody different, monkeys. That's got to be a different Tim. I was subscribed to him at one time, and I just found him. That's why I couldn't find him on my list. I had to hunt him up on YouTube and find him. I'm not subscribed to him. Yeah, I just subbed back to his channel, but if he pulled it from his subscriber list, it's not me. Errol said it would have been, unless I'm subscribed to him off of my other channel. Let me log into my other channel. and see if that's what if he pulled me from. Because that's just it. There's a lot of people that I followed. I think it is off my other channel. No, hold on. I just subbed to him. Never mind. Switch account. Switch to this one.
Grains going, rhythmic shapes taking form. Elder spirits smiling, craft Mars norm. Hard days work done, nights gentle swarm. Every piece of journey hard.
Hey, good morning, John.
Wood spirits relax, whispers in each grain. Stories of the knots, pleasure in the pain. Sawdust trails behind, memories remain. Grumpy's laid back carvings, legends never wane.
Home subscriptions. Well, now why aren't you showing me my list of? There you go. Show more. I have a lot of people that I'm subscribed to off of my Tim Reed profile that I haven't bumped back over onto the Grumpy profile. So, and then he drew the Tim Reed name, so I might be signed up to him under this account. Let me search it and see, but if not, then it could be somebody totally different. But it's spelled different too, so like I said, it could be a different one. I don't run my other channel. I don't have no content on my other channel. It's just my name. It was what I signed up with. It's what I watched everybody with before I started Grumpy. When I started the Grumpy content, then I started a whole new channel under Grumpy, you know, and then just quit using the other channel. It's there, but it was just, I only have like 7 people subscribed to it or something. Like I said, it was just to watch with. Subscribe. Yeah, I'm not subscribed to him under that account neither, so I don't, it's got to be somebody different. Yeah, that's whittling. That's what I'm going through. I was subscribed to Wes at one time, but when I found him on my Grumpy account just now, I wasn't subscribed to him. And then so I went to my Tim Reed account, which was the account I used to run before I went to my Grumpy account, and I'm not subscribed to him under that account neither. So yeah, it's a different Tim. It's a different Tim for sure. But I have a lot of people that I've been subscribed to, and it's bumped me off of the subscription, I guess because I'm not active in their channel or something. I don't know. But I'm subbed to him again under Grumpy now, but no, it wasn't me. It wasn't me. If it's spelled R-E-I-D, then yeah, that's correct spelling. There's a lot of Reeds out there. You got them R-E-E-D, R-E-I-D, R-I-E-D, and stuff. But so yeah, it's probably just another Tim. My doppelganger from a different dimension. Oh no, I lost the subscription. I was at 413, now I'm at 412. Love how YouTube does that. But thank you for giving me the heads up though. That's good looking out, as they say. Jordy put out another video. Beginner wood carving a bad piece of wood. All right, buddy, have a good day. Stay safe. But I do got Wes on my subscription again. I subscribed again. I said I was subscribed before, so that's what I thought. Like if he got it from subscription count, then yeah, maybe. But then I wasn't subscribed no more, so that's crazy.
Grumpy shop is a mellow haze.
That would be cool.
Lay spins round in a smoky daze. Epoxy drips with a cosmic twist. Roach clips gleam like they've been kissed. Aliens hover in the workshop tonight. Colors swirl under the black light.
Come on, Google.
Chronic pain fades as creations rise.
All right. See, see, I definitely don't need to be tuning in right now because I'll be done wanting to order. Oh, I want a mini forge, y'all. I want to make my own damn lathe tools so bad. I want to customize me something for my rings. That's a whole new hobby in itself that's not cheap.
Smoke curls slow through the heavy air. Art and meds in a perfect blend. Find your chill.
Oh, that would be awesome. I would dang sure use it for something if I didn't put it up on the damn wall. It's just it. You make me something that's got my picture and all that on it. I flipped it upside down and hung it on the wall where I could show it off. Hey, good morning, Samantha.
In the Hall of Fame. Aliens smiling as they catch the ride. Don't forget to like and subscribe.
That's what I'm trying to get into with the I seriously I crack and make jokes about the CNC machines and the burners and stuff like that all the time. But watching Mr. Roy with his brand, he's got that little branding iron to stamp his pieces, and a bunch of y'all have some of those irons to stamp your pieces and stuff and sign your pieces or whatnot. Well, I cannot sign my initials small enough on a clip to put it in a clip and make it look good, you know. But if I had one of them little CNC burners or the little laser burners, if it could burn my little logo or just an outline of my picture and channel name small enough, like say within the size of a fingernail, and it keep enough detail to where it's legible or you can at least know what you're looking at, I would like to stamp every stick like that, or at least design me an initial deal, because my initials don't go with Grumpy. When I sign stuff, it's a kind of like a cursive T. I do the slant up and straight down line, and then I add the R to that same line that the T's on, you know, so it's T and then the R comes off of the T as well for TR, for Tim Reed, you know. But I don't have like a Grumpy LaidBak initial stamp or something like that. But I would like to either be able to zap my initials perfect on it every time, or you know, the Grumpy logo on there. I would like to be able to stamp my initial and a number beside each one and start numbering every clip I make, because every clip's different, you know, no clip's the same, so everyone's unique, you know. And I think it would be cool to be able to number each one, you know. That just makes it that much more unique. And I don't want that stuff all big and bulky to where it takes away from the clip, but I want it there to where it can be seen, you know what I mean? Hey Zyra, good morning. But I've been looking at the lasers and I'm gonna get one.
You know, I would love for a company to send me one and I'll make 1,000,001 videos using it and showing it off, especially learning to use it. But that's what I did last night. There was 1,000,000 companies out there and I have never touched a laser. I don't know who's good, who's not. I just know them things go from 60 bucks to 3 grand, you know, and so I found a company and I sent them an email and I said, hey, I love this little laser, would love to learn to use it. And then I asked their little AI chat bot first on the website, do y'all do sponsorship? And it popped back a big old paragraph of, yes, we would love to hear from you, this, and sent me the marketing email and stuff. I'm like, oh, heck. So I took that and got to playing and sent them an email. So we'll see, fingers crossed. But either way, I'm gonna buy one. Like I said, once this divorce is done, I'm gonna have a little bit of money, and I'm not buying no $3,000, $2,000, $1,000 machine. You know, I'll buy a little cheap one and see if I can even figure it out and, you know, do what I can do.
Subscribers rolling in, comments bring the light. LaidBak's creations, keep them all in flight.
You know, hell, I might get a cheap one and then that cheap one be like, uh-oh, open the door and say, yeah, you need a good one. I might be able to do something and start making some serious money. Because that's what I'm trying to do. I am seriously trying to figure out a way to where I can start making serious money. If I can get the flip away from this disability, I'd be a happy camper. I'd love to be able to support myself again and not have to worry about that crap. You know, but just like today though, I'm not on the lathe because I'm hurting so damn bad. But if I got stuff like that laser and stuff like that, then I guess the days I'm hurting, some days I could be, you know, burning stuff in this clips with the laser, I guess. I don't know. Trying to talk myself into it and make it justifiable and whatnot. I'm bad about that, you know. I'll want to buy something and then I'll sit there and stare at it and give me 1,000,000 reasons why I need it and 1,000,000 reasons why I don't need it.
Hoodie on, focused eyes, life stress fades away. Tool in hand, creating art that's here to stay. Community built strong every single day. Grumpy's laid back.
But I know the bigger lathe that's every bit 100% justifiable. And the way I paid for the little lathe with my clips, I'll pay for the big lathe with stuff, you know, before I know it. But so that's 100%. That's a sensible buy. I'm not just throwing money away, you know. So other stuff, I don't want to piss the money away.
Grumpy's workshop, where the magic happens. Epoxy drips shine like stars in the galaxy. Roach clips with the aliens, medication fly. Chronic pain fades, feeling like I'm in the sky. Bright lights resin.
All right, yo. I done said I was getting off 1,000,001 times, but we got to shut down. I know y'all got stuff to do. I got stuff I got to get going to. Hey, Butter Tart, good morning, buddy. Get that saxophone. I'm gonna do that too. That's gonna be a stupid buy, but I don't care. That's gonna be a stupid buy. I'm gonna do. I will get me another saxophone. Even if I don't play the damn thing no more, I will get me another one to say, hey, I got my saxophone back. Fell asleep while watching. There you go. You have a good day, Derek. Go in there and fluff them pillows up for your wife. Tell her to lay back, take it easy. Whew, I know she's got to be sore. Gracious. I've never had broke bones like that, but I've had some little fractures. And I've got that blowed out back and a fused neck, so I know some discomfort. But yeah, man. Y'all have an awesome day. Everybody have a great day. Stay awesome, stay laid back. Thank you so much for hanging out with my crazy self. I greatly appreciate all the support, y'all. But I'm gonna get off here and get some stuff done. So thank you. Y'all have a great day. God bless everybody.
The perfect touch. Like and subscribe, get with the session. Grumpy's laid back carvings, no question. Therapy in the cloud, clear the tension. Rolling up art, pure satisfaction. UV lights, colors so vivid. Every piece unique, handcrafted. Chronic relief in every inhale. Sky high sensations, dreams never pale. Epoxy flow like rivers of gold. Creation